30 minutes of football. 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 30 minutes of football.
Welcome everyone to the Bear Their Soulz pre-show with Danikin. Danikin is one of the co-hosts of Three Kings of the Midway, and if you've never heard his show, you need to. And the best way to describe Danikin is this way.
That's Mr. Danikin, never known for panicking. He's one of the three kings. Wisdom is what he brings.
Yes, sir.
How are you, man?
I'm good, man. How you feeling this week?
I'm feeling good, man. That little bit of a heart attack on Sunday, that was going to be my first question for you. Describe for me how you watched the game and what you were feeling, especially in that fourth quarter.
Man, that fourth quarter was crazy, right? You know, the Bears were in control of the game, 16-3. I mean, they were rolling. You know, not saying that it was a perfect game by any stretch of the imagination,
Sure.
but they controlled the game. There was no, I was not nervous until the fourth quarter. And then all of a sudden, you know what I mean? I'm thinking to myself, are we going to let JJ do this again? We're going to let JJ McCarthy win the game at the end of the game like this? And, you know, the Bears were able to come back down. They did their thing, and, you know, it just changed everything. It's like, man, it was a good feeling. It was a feeling of joy, but for a second there, it was some like, man, come on, not again.
I hear you, man. And what you just said is a perfect segue to the first of your 5 points, which is the Bears have learned how to win. Yes, they have. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, from opening kickoff, man, it was clear that the Bears came out and they were doing their jobs, right? They were able to control the game. They were able to kind of do and manipulate things on what was going on in the game, and that was good to see. That was really good to see. They was able to steal this one in Minnesota, you know, but they're learning how to win games, and what I mean by that is the ability to not only just my man, aka Skywalker, that's what's up. But yeah, just the ability to pull these games out at the end. They've learned that now. You know what I mean? They've done it several times. It's not just a one-off. It's not luck. You know what I mean? The Bears are actually doing things to win games. And I point to that because you can identify luck where some things go your way, the ball bounces your way, things like this. No, the Bears are out there making plays. They're making plays in crunch time, in big moments. Colston Loveland came through with another big catch in this game, right? You know what I mean? The Caleb Williams doing his thing, and going down. The defense pops up at the you know the right time and does a couple of things, even though they had their issues on that last drive with JJ McCarthy. But for the most part, the Bears are making plays to win games. It's not just, you know, a ball bouncing their way, they're getting a break, or another team is giving them the victory like we've done before, right? The Bears were in the business of giving victories away to other people because they couldn't correct their mistakes and get things together. So now we're at the point where the Bears have learned how to win. And that's a good feeling to have, right? Because, you know, when we're sitting here and we're watching the game, it's like, how are they going to lose it? Now we're figuring out, now we're looking at it like, okay, how are they going to pull this one out? How are they going to pull this one out? You know what I mean? And they're doing it week after week after week, you know? So that's why they've learned how to win now.
They have, and it's like the confidence level among the fans is getting to the point. Like John Buffone on his show said, I've got to learn now not to give up in the fourth quarter like I've been accustomed to doing. You lose 10 straight games, and, you know, by the fourth quarter, you're thinking about what's for dinner. And so he actually went to the game in Cincinnati, and he left early, and he says, I'll never do it again. Not while Ben Johnson and Caleb are on this team. You can't do that. This is a new Chicago Bears team, and it's so effing refreshing.
It is.
Let's jump to point number 2, because I asked everybody in the chat to give their opinions on this. That you say that the defense is setting the tone. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, I think the defense is setting the tone, and what I mean by that is, like I said, we can't ignore the fact that they did have a blunder in the fourth quarter where they let him drive down the field. And I've always been a person that hates prevent defense, but when I say setting the tone, I'm talking about from early goings of the game, right? From the beginning, from opening kickoff, it was clear that the Bears came out with some intent, and the intent was to disrupt, create problems for JJ McCarthy, and they were able to do that. They were able to identify and collapse the pocket. They were able to disrupt the timing and the rhythm and force Minnesota into some uncomfortable situations, third and long situations, things like that. That's what you want to do when you're facing a young quarterback. If you remember, Aldo, week one, I was like, throw some stuff at JJ McCarthy, make his life hell, make his life difficult, and you will have some success. JJ McCarthy completed 43% of his passes, 2 interceptions. I mean, he put the ball in harm's way, and it's because the Bears were able to disrupt him. And that's what I wanted to see them do in the first game. They were able to accomplish that in the second game. And that's the entire game, right? Their defense was able to make things difficult. So they lived up to that nickname of Monsters of the Midway, in my opinion, to a certain degree. We like to see that for the entirety of the game, but from the beginning, they set the tone, and I like that.
Do you think that this Bears pass rush is sufficient enough to help this team jump to the next echelon, which is playoff type football? I mean, they've to this point, they definitely have been good enough to get us into first place. So now I'm talking about, can we stay in first place, or can we at least get a playoff position with the pass rush that this team currently has?
I'm gonna say it like this. I've talked about this before, where the front, right, the trenches help the back end. The Bears, there's the top 3 guys who have intercepted the ball in the NFL right now are Chicago Bears players. Tremont Edmonds, Nashawn Wright, and what's I'm drawing a blank on the name. Kevin Byard.
Kevin Byard.
He's got 5, 4, and 4. So the Bears are creating these turnovers. They're winning the turnover differential by an astounding amount right now, right? And they're protecting the ball. They're getting turnovers. Just imagine, just with a little bit more from the pass rush, what they will be able to do. And when Kyler Gordon, who came into that, what was he, a 21-day practice list now? You got him coming back. You got Jalen Johnson coming back. When those guys come back, the Bears are going to be even better. And once again, that secondary will also help the pass rush too. So it goes hand in hand. They got to shake hands. They got to dap up. They got to work for each other. And at the end of the day, I think they are good enough. Are they great? No, the pass rush is not great. It's still a lot to be desired, but they are good enough for this Bears team to get to the playoffs. Absolutely.
Let me add this before we move to point number 3. Gervon Dexter was a guy I picked at the beginning of the year to have an all-pro, or I should say Pro Bowl caliber season. He's not quite there yet, but I do have confidence that in this second half of the season, this remaining 7 games, that he can up his game and provide a little bit more visible, disruptive pass rush than we've seen earlier. Plus, I want to now throw the name in of Austin Booker. Austin Booker has the capabilities to be a Pro Bowl type caliber player. We all know his history, what happened to him in college, and which is why he was available in the 5th round and so forth. But we have seen a player in preseason, and he's given us glimpses in games that can be a disruptive pass rush. And if he starts to up his game week after week, after week, by the time we get into December, we could be watching something really special here, right?
And that's the thing. That's the thing, right? And we've talked about patience on this show before, right? We've talked about that type of thing. We were patient with the running game. We were patient with Caleb, so on and so forth. So maybe being patient with this defense and with the pass rush will benefit us in the long run. And it's true. A football team is not who they are week 1. They're not who they are week 7, 10, 17. It grows and evolves throughout the season. And with that, you hope that the defensive line, the defensive front four, they can get things going in the right direction. I think they're headed that way. You have some good playing up there, some good play up there, I should say, and we'll see how it goes, man. It's just a work in progress, but they are good enough. They have enough bodies, you might say, and you have enough talent. Like Austin Booker, I mean, there were some plays out there that he made that were really, really good. I mean, the bull rush that he had on my man over there on Minnesota, it was nasty. I mean, he's talented. He's a talented dude.
Yep. He's got that one arm, a bull rush that he did on there. I saw it. He did it the week before.
It was crazy.
Pretty awesome. All right, let's move on to point 3, which is you are seeing balance with the offense on the offense. Tell us exactly what you're talking about.
Well, I mean, it's balanced because, nothing was overwhelming, right? It was not overwhelming. Caleb, it was a lackluster performance on a couple of levels. You know what I mean? 16 to 32, 193 yards. It's not nothing to draw, brag about. Let's put it that way. Yeah, it was a decent game. He kept the ball out of harm's way. He didn't turn the ball over, things like that. So those are good things, right? You see some progress in certain areas, of course. But it was balanced because you did have the run game working. You know what I mean? 21 rushes, 90 yards, 93 yards for Swift. So you had, Monangai got a touchdown. You have a balanced attack. Caleb Williams got outside the pocket. He made some good runs. He made a run up the sideline again, things like that. So when you have a balanced attack, I speak about that often. I speak about attacking all areas of the field and things like that. Those things bode well for your team, right? Because it keeps the defense guessing. They don't know what you're going to do. You're unpredictable because you got everything working. So when everything is working and you have a balanced attack, it's so much more you can do. It's so many different plays that you can call because now instead of acting instinctually as a defense, they're now thinking before they start acting, and that slows them down. When you're chasing somebody, you want to know what they're going to do so that you can go get them. You know what I mean? And that's what the Bears are able to do when they're able to be balanced. And it's a really good thing to have a balanced attack, not just pass happy, not overly run based, but when you're balanced out like that, it works for the team.
I got into an argument with somebody on social media who said that Kyle Monangai is better than Ashton Jeanty. I said, you're nuts, man. Kyle Monangai is good, really good. But what's your opinion on that? Jeanty, or if you had a choice, knowing what you know now, seeing what you have seen, who would you pick?
I mean, I take Jeanty. You know what I mean? I can't be that much of a homer. I like Monangai and I like what he's done, but I can't be that much of a homer. I think Jeanty is an excellent player. I mean, you're stuck on the team, man. You know what I mean? You gotta understand the dynamics of the football team. The offensive line out there is terrible. You know what I mean? I mean, he's getting hit behind the line in most cases. No running back is going to be really good. I talked about that with DeAndre Swift. When the Bears were struggling with their run game at the beginning of the season, I looked at the game and I'm like, okay, Swift had 14 carries, and I counted it up. 9 carries he was hit behind the line of scrimmage. 9 of those. You're not gonna gain a lot of yards if you're getting hit behind the line of scrimmage. And that's what Jeanty's problem is right now. He's getting hit as soon as he touches the ball. And, so if you put Monangai back there, he's not going to do better than Jeanty behind that line. If you put Jeanty over here in Chicago, he'll probably have decent numbers as well. You know what I mean? And he'll be running the ball like Swift and like Monangai is.
The other thing that gives Monangai a big advantage over Jeanty is the play calling and the scheming. One of the things that I've learned from Ben Johnson is how creative you can become as a play designer with the different blocking schemes to free up running backs. I think that's a big reason why the running game is as efficient as has been. I'm not saying it's more important than the offensive linemen we brought in or the guys running the rock and all these other reasons, but it's definitely one of them. And I don't know who the offensive play caller is at Seattle, but I know one thing: Pete Carroll is over the hill.
Yeah,
I'm
Pete
sorry.
Carroll is way over the hill. Yeah, it's a wrap for him. I mean, this is his last go round. It seems like, and
Absolutely.
you can see that it should be like a farewell tour for Pete Carroll at this point.
Indeed. All right, we're moving on to you had to bring this one up. QB accuracy and wide receiver drops need some fixing. How serious of a problem is it?
It's a very serious problem. And to me, you know what I mean. I love, I know Ben Johnson has talked about what Caleb is doing well, and that's what he's supposed to do. People don't realize that, right? Your coach is supposed to give you confidence. He's supposed to have that confidence in you. If he goes out there and he browbeats you in the public, in the media, you know what I mean, then you lose that player, and you're going to need that player later on, right? So the fans and the media, they can talk about it, they can expose it and things like that. But Ben Johnson is not going to be overly critical of Caleb in the media. But I guarantee you, behind closed doors, he's talking to him. Hey, man, we got to get the accuracy down. We got to get this down. You cannot. I mean, 16 for 32. That's 50%. That is not good. 60% in the NFL is not great, right? So we're talking about 50% completion percentage. Now, the reason I also included the drops is because, once again, we had some drops, some terrible drops. DJ Moore had a drop. I think Rome Odunze had a drop. A lot of guys had some drops out here. You know, I don't even want to talk about Zacchaeus and what he did the previous week. But, you know, those drops are becoming a problem. And it's spreading to so many of the guys on the team. It's like, hey, guys, you got to start getting these balls. You got to catch them. You got to get strong hands. You got to hit the jugs machine if you have to. Whatever you got to do to remedy the situation, because we cannot continue and move into the tough part of this schedule and a playoff push possibly with guys dropping balls. This, your one job out there is to catch the freaking ball when it's thrown your way. You got to do it. So I think at this point the Bears have had 20 drops on the season. I think last year for the entire season, I think they had 13. So
Wow.
it's up tremendously. That's a 5.2% of Caleb Williams' throws are been dropped. 5.2% of those throws, and that's not a good number. You want that number to be between 2 and 2.5. You know what I mean? So they need to cut it down dramatically in order to get that corrected. So some of it falls on Caleb, inaccuracy issues. And we saw some downfield inaccuracy. Those are things that have plagued him, in my opinion, for the first 2 years of his career, this year and last year. And then you have these drops that are creating more problems as well. And you just got to remedy both of those before too long.
Indeed. Great points there. Let me add a clip from Ben Johnson today. He was asked about Luther Burden, because here's a guy who has not been dropping the ball. I haven't seen him drop the ball. And so he was asked about, more snaps for Burden, who has about doubled the amount of snaps that he has had on the football field the last 2 games than he had the previous 6 or 7 games.
Nice.
This is Ben Johnson.
Luther Burden is, since he got healthy again, playing about half the time. How has he emerged, or how have you seen him emerge during that playing time? And specifically Sunday, was some of it too, the OZ snap count was way down. Was that just kind of a result of the previous game in the draft?
Well, I think it's you get what you earn, and I think he's earned the increased snaps. It's something we evaluate each week. What does practice look like? How are these guys through the course of the week? Are they making plays or not? And he's steadily climbed. It's the route running detail that's showing up, the consistency and making sure his alignments are right, his assignments. He's doing a real good job with that, and it's a credit to the receiving room. The vets are showing him the way, and then Randall L. and Robbie Picasso. They do a great job meeting with him and making sure he knows what he has going on, and so he understands that. And as a young rookie, I think he's progressing nicely.
I love what he said there. He's basically saying, he's not getting the snaps because he had all those drops the week before, and Luther isn't dropping, and he's running crisp routes. So that's just amazing.
You love to hear that too, because for him to say what he said was, you get what you earned, right? So there's an evaluation that Ben Johnson is doing, this coaching staff is doing, game by game, week by week, day by day, practice by practice, right?
Practice by practice. Yes,
So you're
sir.
evaluating guys. It's not just, oh, you got the starting job and that's yours for the entire year. No, if you don't produce, if you don't do things the right way, if you're not practicing well, why am I going to put you into this game plan that we have going? We're going to use what's hot, what's doing right. And that evaluation process is an ongoing thing. And that's the way it should be in the NFL, not the other way around.
Indeed. All right. When you sent me this last point, I said, I wonder how he's going to fill this thought. And by the way, you use one of my favorite words, emblematic. This win against the Vikings is emblematic of the 2025 season. So tell me more.
Yeah, it's not the flashiest team, right? The Bears are not the flashiest team out there. We have some problems. We have some issues. Ben Johnson said that, I believe. Was it in? No, he said that in the locker room, I believe. He said, "Hey, we got a lot of stuff to clean up," before he went into his discussion and things like that. But it's not the flashiest team. It's not always dominant. I mean, we haven't dominated anybody since we did with the Cowboys, right? It's not been a dominant game. But they're relentless, right? They're smart in crunch moments. They're making big plays when it counts, right? Colston Loveland, once again, I keep mentioning him. He's making these catches at great times, at great moments in the fourth quarter where you need them, getting first downs. You know what I mean? So on and so forth, things like that. Those things are not by accident. That's what happens. So it's a relentless team. They're smart in these crunch moments in money time, and they're opportunistic. And what I mean by that is they take advantage when they can get their hands on the ball. They intercept it. You know what I'm saying? They intercept it. They get these things. They've outlasted other teams, right? They got a 7-3 record, and it's building confidence, right? That confidence is building in Chicago with the fan base, with the media, so on and so forth. But more importantly, in the locker room, they're understanding that, hey, we can win close games. We can win these games. And if we don't give up, then we're going to be able to pull this thing out. So it's emblematic of the season, in my opinion, because it just symbolizes exactly what this team is. They're relentless. They're smart in these moments, and they're very, very opportunistic. And that's what I like to see on the football field.
I love it. Great stuff there. I want to share with you some of the comments that were made during the 5 points. Let's go with Brandon says, Aldo and Danikin, if D-Rob and Book can develop by December situationally, we could have a mid-pass rush. I think we could have more than a mid-pass rush. I think it could jump up into, top 10. What do you think, Brandon?
I believe so too. I think if those guys can develop and they can start consistently playing at a higher level, then it's just going to make everything around them better, right? Montez Sweat is all of a sudden not going to see some of the double teams. Maybe he gets some more opportunities as well, and then it's up to those guys to take advantage of them. Sweat has been playing much better than he has before. I mean, he's gotten some, sack fumbles. He's got a couple of sacks in these last few games and things like that. So that's good to see. And when you have another guy on the other side that can actually get to the quarterback or create some kind of distractions, then that helps everybody along that offensive line. I mean, the defensive line. So, yeah, I think I agree with Aldo. I think they'll be above mid at that point. I think they could be a top 10 if they can get to a top 10 status. Man, look out, because we're getting healthy too.
Yeah, exactly. And part of that would be, as you say, the defensive backs getting healthy too. So that will help the pass rush. Dan Brown says that the run game was telegraphed the last game. They were just waiting for it, need to disguise it better. Here's what I think, Danikin. I think Ben studied the opposing team's defense, the Vikings defense, and said, we have the opportunity to hit some big shots. The first 2 third downs, first one was a deep shot to Rome, and that didn't work, so they were off the field. When they came back, the first third down was a deep shot to DJ. What that tells me is that Ben, who loves explosive plays, was saying, all you got to do is get it there. All you got to do is get it within catching distance to these guys, and we will have a gigantic explosive play early in the game, and that would be, that has an echo effect throughout the game, because now the running game has, there's going to be more room to run because the defensive backs are watching those deep passes. You buy my theory?
I'll buy that theory. I agree with it a little bit. I do. I'm gonna lean on Brown what he said. I think at this point in time in Caleb's career,
Mhm.
it's hard for him to, if you pound the ball, and then take a deep shot. Maybe Caleb at this point in his career needs more rhythm before he can consistently hit the deep throws, right?
I'm not arguing with that point.
That's from an outsider's perspective. I think maybe he needs to be in a rhythm, and then all of a sudden those deep throws start, becoming more accurate. So that's what we're missing right now. But those things can be fixed. Those things worked upon, right? So I think it's I don't think it's too run heavy. I don't think it's too bad. I think the run game is decent and it's good. You got to keep teams honest, man. Even if you're running the ball and you're getting 2 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards, then all of a sudden you break one for 25 and the average creeps up all of a sudden, right? When you were averaging 2 yards per carry, now all of a sudden you're averaging 5. You know what I mean? Just off of one run. And that's the way the NFL works. You're not going to break off 8, 9, 10 yards every single run unless you're playing against a terrible, terrible defense. And the Bears have shown that before, right? When we were getting gashed last year for 8, 9, 10 yards it seemed like every carry almost. Right. So those things will get better, and I'm optimistic more so than pessimistic when it comes to the run game and the ability for Caleb to become a little bit more accurate downfield.
Great stuff, Danikin. Let us move now to the portion of the show that we officially call Bear Their Souls. We always start it with a 5-minute open, so that gives us a little chance to I can pour myself some more bourbon.
Hey, that's what's up.
All right.
We are the bearer of Bears News, the Ballroom Network.
Well, I think when you get voted captain by your peers, I think that says a lot. We had a number of really good special teams players, and yet he was the one that got the most votes to be special teams captain. And when you see how they react in the locker room to him receiving a game ball or making one of those game-winning kicks, I think it's pretty special.
The following is rated TV MALSV. It contains strong language, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Timmy, go to bed now.
There's a Chicago Bears podcast. Unlike most others,
Follow me for a good time.
a bunch of guys on the broadcast acting much like brothers. This is Bear Their Souls, uncensored with no control.
Play action, pressure coming. McCarthy steps up, throws, and it's intercepted by Byard. Kevin Byard with some.
This is Bear Their Souls, with some likable a-hole. This is Bear Their Souls, and then
trying to make a play.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, Mason.
Yeah, dude. What they talking about? I'm on down two. Give it down two. We're in the same recruiting class, 2016. Yeah.
Man, just trying to make a play.
If you don't know now, you know. It's Chicago. Yeah. Woo. Let's go! Let's go! Woo! Yeah. That's how we do it, man. Hey, man. We're gonna keep it rolling, baby. First division win. Hey, man, this ain't the same old Bears no more.
This is for the souls.
You having fun yet? Always. Especially with you.
This is better souls. We're so likable at home. This is better souls.
All right, we are back. Danikin and Steven Zimmerman is on the screen, and if he unmutes, I will ask him a question. No, he's not. He is going to be petulant tonight. He might be drinking something that he shouldn't be drinking. But I like the hat. Sim, did you hear? You were backstage for most of Danikin's 5 points. Did you hear something that you want to either comment on, challenge him, or whatever? You weren't listening. I still can't hear you, even though you unmuted. Oh,
Mike's not plugged in.
There we go.
There it is.
On the 48 volt powered.
Man, how long does it take you to brush your hair, dude?
Like 30 seconds, if that.
Nice.
You just brush out the ends, brush it from the top down, you're good to go.
There
I don't have that much. It just looks like more than it is.
All right. So what?
As you're getting older, right? It all thins out. Anyway,
tell me about it.
I was listening backstage, but I was chopping it up with the chat room at the same time. Nothing really jumped out at me, which I mean that's a good thing, right? Like Danikin, you made some great points. I think a lot of what you said holds true. I think a lot of what the rebuttals were in the chat room were valid and hold true as well. Overall, I mean, this week, your last point, was the best one because this game embodied what this whole season has been so far. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, my song, I think, reflects a lot of the same kind of things this week. And that's where we all are, that it's up in the air still. It's frustrating, but it's exciting all at the same time. That's great. So,
dude, your song this week might be my favorite.
I really enjoyed this one, man. I really did.
Oh my gosh. I mean, geez, I played it for my wife and she was like, yeah, that's good. So kudos to you. We'll share that when Tooch comes in. He's
went a different route than we expected. Yeah, Tooch running a little late. I mean, we'll wait. It's okay. I know he's going to come prepared with Bears State of Affairs, so we won't be mad.
Star of the show, so he can come in whenever he wants.
That's right. But yeah, the song this week, like I took a little different route than we expected. Kind of channeled, a machine from the past. If I think you're picking up what I'm putting down, but no. It's a killer machine, man.
Oh, I get you now.
There you go.
Yeah.
But we'll get there further down the road. Like I say, I think it's a good one. It embodies the whole season. I tried to tell a little story this week, so
yeah. Well, you told it very well. You've mentioned before you spent some time on the lyrics, and I could tell you really hit it out of the park. Want to ask you about one of the points that Danikin made was the quarterback accuracy in wide receiver drops, and I wanted to get your take on that. How big of an issue do you think that it is, and could it hurt? How much will it hurt the prospects of being a contending team for the playoffs if those two issues continue?
It's been a pretty consistent issue among young quarterbacks for the last few years, which is kind of an interesting thing. It makes you wonder what kind of offensive systems they're running in college versus the pros right now, where these guys look really good. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I was eating while you guys were doing the pre-show. That's why I had my camera turned off.
You're not supposed to eat until Fitz gets here.
I've only got so much time in the day, guys. All right. At any rate, no, it's been a consistent issue with a lot of these guys coming into the league. You know, we've seen it with Bryce Young. We're seeing it with JJ McCarthy. We've seen it with Bo Nix. You know, Caleb Williams obviously has his issues. Cam Ward is having his issues this year as well. Like, this is a consistent problem from year to year to year. CJ Stroud didn't really have it in his rookie campaign, but he had it a little bit last year, and he's even having it this year too. Like, this is something that is not going away anytime soon, and it's because we're expecting so much out of these young kids so quickly. And you really have to be patient and let these guys develop. You know, I think the biggest thing for as far as Caleb's class goes, between Nix, McCarthy, and Williams, those three guys, they all throw the ball way harder than they need to. And when they try to add that little bit of touch, they end up wildly inaccurate because of it. And at the same time, you know, they're not on the same page as their receivers because they haven't built that chemistry yet. You know, a lot of people like to talk about, you know, Caleb and Rome had this whole offseason. They built so much chemistry. That's great, dude. Let me know when they've got Peyton Manning and Reggie Wayne's chemistry.
I love it.
Telepathic with each other, you know? I mean, Wes Welker and Peyton Manning was another situation. I mean, maybe just Peyton Manning. I don't know. That guy had a sixth sense about anticipatory throws. But it's just the point being that, like, these guys need to develop more, and they're all throwing to young receivers as well. When you have a young quarterback and a young receiver combo, it's not the best combination as far as development. Well, I shouldn't say as far as early stats go, right? When they develop together, let's see how these guys look in year 4, right? I think the Bears are going to have some really difficult decisions when it comes to, like, all right, we have to extend both of these guys, but they both have 50-year options. And which is more advantageous for us to do now? And how do we handle all this? Because you're looking at this point at giving up $85 million to those 2 players on your roster.
Yes.
If you want to give them both their 5th-year option.
Well,
that's a huge chunk of change. So
absolutely. Tooch has, in his previous Bears State of Affairs, talked about, you know, that Caleb could be the first $1 billion NFL quarterback. My hope, my prayer is that Caleb decides to take the route that Tom Brady did.
I agree.
And forfeit some of the money that he will make from the NFL team, because he's going to make 2-3 times that amount if he's on a winning team. And so hopefully he can set aside his ego, because when you get to that kind of money, you know, it's all about bragging rights. You know, it's about, I'm the highest paid, baby. You know, that it's because you're not going to spend it all. It's impossible to spend it all. Go ahead, Zim.
Look at some of these guys. Look at some of these guys that really cashed out at top dollar. I'm talking like Kirk Cousins. I'm talking like, who else really? Drew Brees is another guy who always took the bag, right?
And Dak Prescott.
And how many titles do these guys have to show for it, right? And look at Tom Brady and how many titles he has to show for it. And now look at their careers too. Look at them after football. Is anybody going to really listen to Kirk Cousins as a Sunday analyst? I mean, he's going to be like Matt Ryan, another guy who took the bag all the time, where you're like, yeah, he makes some really good points. But what's Tom Brady got to say about all this? A guy who took a little bit less money in order to guarantee the championships. And I don't know what it necessarily guaranteed, but, like, you know, he laid more money on the table for other guys so that they were. And I think that's where we're going to really find out, like, who Caleb is. Like, we have this good idea. But if Caleb really cares, he's going to go sign a Gucci contract for the $13 million that he's going to miss in the annual salary. And then he's going to sign for $28 million or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
Instead of the $42 million contract.
Nah, you're going to take that money. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. He's gonna take the money and he's gonna get the Gucci money.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Danikin, I believe in my
But you're
heart
hoping
that
against
that's what's
all
going
odds,
to happen.
right?
But I'm so hopeful that it's something else, you know?
Yeah.
Good points, man. Well,
I
again,
want to touch. I want to touch on Aldo your question about quarterbacks and their accuracy issues, like younger quarterbacks. I think there's two reasons for it. I think it's two reasons, and this is just my theory, right? Well, number one, they're so talented in college that they don't really have to learn certain things, right? Guys are running wide open in college. That's number one. You know what I mean? And so it's less of a chance for them to get intercepted in college. Their talent level is so skewed. Number two, in my opinion, I just think the windows in the NFL close so quickly. You drew a comparison a little bit, I think, to Steve, to Peyton Manning. He threw 28 interceptions to 26 touchdowns his rookie year. These guys come out of college, and what they're looking at is so different than what they looked at in college, right? On the NFL playing field, that guy who's wide open, he's wide open only for a split second. And then sometimes these quarterbacks are looking, and they're so used to guys being wide open that they're not able, like you said, to make those anticipatory throws or throw guys open because they're used to, I need to see the guy wide open. I think that was part of Justin Fields' problem. Sometimes I need to see the guy running wide open before I let it rip. That window is closed in the NFL.
Danikin,
that window would have been open in college.
Let me add to that, counter it, because one of the things that I think Caleb does the best is throw into tight windows, where his accuracy has been the bigger issue, has been the deep throws, has been the little gimme dump passes and stuff, because he's under pressure, a lot of things going through his mind, and those easy ones is where he's inaccurate. But I have seen that guy throw into a window that was about this big, and he's been doing a better job of looking people off and stuff. Go ahead.
No, that's the thing. Like they almost do mixtapes, right? Like if you look at all these quarterbacks that come out and they're being drafted, look at the throws that they're making. They practice and practice and practice the difficult throws, the off-balance throws, the off-platform throws so much that they're really not giving attention to detail to the minute things, the easy things. And then those easy throws become very difficult, or they're not comfortable doing them, but they're more comfortable. He's more comfortable rolling out and jumping in the air, spreading his legs like Michael Jordan, the Jumpman symbol, and throwing the ball. He's much more comfortable doing that than standing in the pocket and just letting it rip downfield.
I'm with you 100%. Hey, we got a guy here by the name of Johnny Santucci. He's been playing with his balls or something. I don't know why he's late. Tooch, what's happening? Take your microphone off mute and talk to me with your very mouth.
Hello, everybody.
How you feeling, brother?
Feeling good.
I love
Ready
to hear
to
that.
Get into some Bears atop the NFC North talk.
Hey, your shirt has the biggest fucking C I have ever seen on a Bears shirt. Look at that fucking thing. That is huge, man. Almost wraps around your entire body. What the fuck?
Yeah. That's it, man.
You can tell he's not paying attention to me. He's like,
I gotta make sure I got all these things. Okay, I got all the pictures loaded. All right.
Oh,
yeah,
right. We don't want to fuck up this Bears state of affairs.
I'm wearing the big C for the Bears' big balls.
I like that.
Yeah.
Big Ball Bears. That's a new nickname. Put aside Monsters of the Midway. Big Ball Bears is the new nickname. I like that.
The BBB's coming to investigate.
Tooch, you need a little more time to prepare?
Nope.
Because the open to your Bears state of affairs is shorter than it usually is.
It is?
Yes.
What happened?
I redid it.
Oh, new, huh?
I got it.
Aldo was bored this weekend.
All right.
It happened. It happened Sunday night. I was fired up.
Really high.
I was really high. I was really, really high. I was celebrating the Bears win, and all of a sudden, sometimes when you're buzzed up on weed and stuff, you start getting creative.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, is that the lyrics to the new song are the most uncreative thing I've ever come up with.
Oh no.
Isn't that how it goes?
But I think you'll like it.
Okay.
Are you ready for Bear State of Affairs?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So let me play our new open, our new lead. You know what? I was also thinking about maybe changing it every week and keeping it up to date. But
That's too
you
much
tell
work.
me. Yeah, it is a lot of work. You tell me. All right, here it comes.
Johnny Santucci. Johnny Santucci. It's time to hear from Johnny Santucci. Johnny Santucci. Johnny Santucci. The Tooch. The Tooch. Okay, Tooch. Time for Bear's State of Affairs.
That was great. Yeah.
What the hell's going on behind you? Watch
Yeah,
out!
Bear State of Affairs. Yeah, 2025 NFL season week 12. What's happening at Park Five? Yeah. Yeah, it's time to check in with the Bears after 11 weeks of the 2025 NFL season. We're in the upside down, Aldo. Yeah.
I love it.
The Bears are in first place in the NFC North, Aldo. Sound the alarm.
Woo! Where is it?
Woo-hoo!
It's somewhere around here.
Yeah.
There it is.
That's it.
Get the fuck out of here, Lions.
Yeah, we are living in the upside down, man. And the Bears are 7-3 after 10 games. And like I said, first place in their division, Zim. Woohoo! Yeah, first place Bears, baby. Woohoo, stranger Bears, Aldo. Yeah, like I said, Bears are in first place, bros. If you didn't believe me, I got proof right here.
That's a W.
Yeah, last Sunday, the Bears played their 10th game of the season on Sunday in Minneapolis, a rematch against the Vikings. And of course, although I asked Grok to paint us a picture. Woo!
Oh, yeah, baby. Look at that.
Woo!
Fuck that guy up.
Yeah, Sunday.
Is that a body part by the paw over there?
I think so, yeah, a couple body parts, maybe. Yeah, Sunday's game was a rematch of the Monday Night Football season opener. It saw the Bears lose the game in the fourth quarter, 27-24, after letting a 10-point lead slip away. Yeah, but this time it was the Vikings letting a fourth quarter lead slip away in front of their home crowd, brothers. Woo! Yeah! Yes, sir. That's how it started, and that's how it's going. Woo! Yeah, Bears beat the Vikings 19-17. Here's another come from behind Bears victory. Their 7th win of the season placed them in sole possession of first place in the NFC North. I can't stop saying it, Danikin. First place. Woohoo! Yeah, it was another last-minute win for the Bears. Maybe they just like doing teams dirty like that, Danikin. Woo! That's how
That's not what he said, is it?
Suck it, haters. Woo. Yeah, Bears have 7 wins this season. 5 of those are one-possession games, and in every single one, the Bears have had to mount a second-half comeback. In all 5, the Bears took the lead inside the final 2 minutes. A minute 27 left against the Raiders, 0 seconds left against the Commanders, 17 seconds left against the Bengals, a minute 47 left against the Giants, and no time on the clock against the Vikings on Sunday. Woo! Yeah! Yes, sir. Yeah, it's not a Bears game unless Caleb and the team have to come from behind, Aldo. And all of this is destroying the nerves of Bears fans every week. Yeah. Yeah. I got to throw up the distressed Aldo pick.
Yeah, that's about how I look Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah, the Bears took a 10-3 lead into the locker room at halftime after a Kyle Monangai 1-yard touchdown run and a Kyron Santos 38-yard field goal, his first of 4. Yeah, the third quarter would see 2 more Santos field goals for a Bears lead. And then in the fourth quarter, the Vikings defense kept the Bears offense in check. Yeah, with the Bears leading 16-3, the Vikings put up 2 unanswered touchdowns, and the Vikings had a 17-16 lead with only 50 seconds on the clock. But if you've watched this Bears team, you knew Yeah, the second the Vikings scored the go-ahead touchdown, you knew the Bears would win. That's right. 50 seconds. Yeah, too much time left. The Bears are the too much time left team. Yeah,
I love it.
Woo! Devin Duvernay's 56-yard kickoff return in the final minute set up Cairo Santos for his fourth field goal of the game. A 48-yard game winner as time expired to give the Bears a 19-17 victory. Yeah, Cairo Santos. There's a reason he's a team captain. Yeah, he missed a kick and he may not have the strongest leg in the NFL, but his teammates wholeheartedly believe in him as a person and a player. Yet the Bears had playoff hopes. They most certainly do at 7-3. Then they need to be absolutely confident that Santos is the guy they can rely on for big kicks. And Coach Ben Johnson was comfortable keeping the ball on the ground to set up Cairo Santos's winning 48-yard field goal as time expired. Yeah, I used the P word, Aldo. Playoffs. Can't believe it, but here we are. Yeah, last season.
We're going to use it a lot tonight.
Yeah, last season, man. Yeah, the Bears, a year in which the Bears at one point posted 10 straight losses, and the Bears were a woeful 3-7 in one-possession games. And flipping those near losses into nail-biter wins, that's the first step in building a postseason-ready franchise. Yes, this team is winning in different ways: shootouts, slugfests, last-minute comebacks, or learning to win. You could say that none of the Bears' wins this year have come against a team with the current winning record. You could say the Bears have gotten fat and happy on the bottom feeders of the NFC, like the Saints, Giants, Commanders, and the bottom feeders of the AFC, like the Raiders and Bengals. As a matter of fact, not a single team that played all season is in the playoff bracket right now. Wow. You could say all that. Can only play who's on the schedule. Yeah, but here's what makes the Bears dangerous. The Bears are first in the NFL in interceptions with 15. They had 2 more against the Vikings. The first in the NFL in turnover differential by a large margin, too. They're second in the NFL in rushing offense, second in defensive third down percentage, second in the NFL in 10-plus yard plays, fifth in the NFL in 20-plus yard plays, and ninth in the NFL in points scored. And you know what? The Bears have late-game magic. Lots of it. Yeah, that late-game magic mostly come from Bears franchise quarterback Caleb Williams. Yeah. He's arguably been this season's captain comeback with 5 game-winning drives this season. But there's another nickname the Chicago Bears quarterback is embracing. Yeah, the Iceman, Aldo. Woo!
That's the name. That's the name right there. I love that graphic.
Yeah. In a feature for Fox NFL Sunday, Williams said he's warming up to the Iceman nickname.
I like the pun.
Warming up. Like that. All right. I'm a big fan of it. He said it's a cool name. It's interesting when you think of it. Ice is still, ice is calm, but underneath is pure energy. That's the same mindset I have in those moments. I feel at my calmest on the outside. There's a lot going on the inside. Yeah, Williams and the Bears, they got a long way to go to reach the ultimate goal of winning the Super Bowl, but for the first time in a while, things look promising at quarterback in the Windy City. Yeah, and Caleb Williams is hoping that promise becomes a full-time reality, wishing to help the Bears finally rid themselves of their quarterback curse. Said Williams, quote, "I want to show Chicago that I'm the one to be here, be a part of changing, be a part of history, have a legacy here that people talk about forever." That's music to a grizzled old Bears fan's ears, Aldo.
Yes,
yeah. Against the Vikings, defensive coordinator Brian Flores, he blitzed Caleb on 78% of his dropbacks, and Caleb didn't turn the ball over once. If the Bears are going to make the playoffs, Caleb will need that ice in his veins. The Bears have a difficult schedule remaining, with games against the Eagles, the Packers twice, the Lions, and the 49ers. They also have games against the Browns, and this Sunday against the Steelers. Yeah, with a lot to prove against Aaron Rodgers, who looks as old as this season as the Steelers' vintage uniforms. It's possible Rodgers might miss the game with a fractured his non-throwing hand.
That's some ugly shit.
Yeah, Bears fans, they're hungry for revenge against Rodgers, who owns a 24-5 record all time versus the Bears. Yeah, even if they beat the Steelers and the Browns, that will get them to 9 wins. They'll need to win at least one of those other 5 games to secure a playoff win, a playoff spot. Yeah, Bears will have their opportunity to prove they belong in the NFC playoffs in December. The narrative that they can't beat anybody and that they're simply lucky is going to either be confirmed or proven inaccurate. Yeah, but you know what? No matter what happens, this is already a season to remember for all time. And that's Bears State of Affairs. Woo!
We all miss Tooch in the porno biz, especially the giant loads of jizz.
Johnny's and Tooch, Bears State of Affairs. Johnny's and Tooch, the talent's all upstairs. Johnny's and Tooch, you ain't no pussy. Johnny's and Tooch, in fact you like coochie coochie. Johnny's and Tooch, I like the way you talk fast. Johnny's and Tooch, and you got a really nice Toochie. Johnny's and Tooch, thank you Tooch.
I think everybody just left after that.
That tongue was disturbing.
Ooh, that was crazy.
Showed that to my wife, and she was like, "You're not going to show that tonight. You're not going to show that. Did you show John that first?" And I go, "Fuck no." Great job, Tooch.
Yeah,
Excellent.
we're in the upside down, Aldo.
I love it. I love it. That is fucking fantastic. Guys, you want to challenge any of Tooch's thoughts or compliment any of Tooch's thoughts, or you just want to kick his fucking ass?
None of the above. No.
Go ahead, Danikin. Come
Nail, head, hit.
Yeah.
I think he was on point. I mean, I enjoyed the state of affairs there. I mean, it was really, really good. Made some really good points, some decent points, it was right on target, to be honest with you. Yeah, you can't really argue with what he said. Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, fellas. Appreciate it.
Well, I'll tell you, there's a couple of things I want to. No, I'm just kidding. He started sweating as soon as I said that.
Yeah, I had a little space heater going earlier because it was cold down here, but turned it off now.
No, you nailed it, man. A great Bears state of affairs. And let's talk now about the Bears and what their chances are of holding on to first place or not holding it on, but making the playoffs. In fact, I think the perfect way to set this up is with this 5-minute media mash. Listen to these comments by professional broadcasters and their thoughts about the Chicago Bears, and then we can pick up the discussion right afterwards.
They're playing single-A minor league baseball and driving around on dusty buses against teams that have nothing. Last week against Minnesota, they got called up to Double-A on the road against a good coach and a good roster. This week, they're playing the Steelers, maybe their old friend Aaron Rodgers, that's AAA ball. And then on Black Friday, they go to Philadelphia in the same defense that just really embarrassed Jared Goff. Jared Goff, who embarrassed the Bears earlier this year. So that's that game. If they get there and they've won these next couple of weeks and they get to Philadelphia, that's the Kumite. Like they're going against the baddest group in the league. And if they show up, I mean, if that's a close game, Rich, if the Bears lose to the Eagles 26-20, like that's considered really, really impressive.
Ben Johnson's been everything that was promised, man. He really has been. You go look at the numbers on this offense. Caleb Williams is throwing against base defenses, second highest rate in football. Play action rate, third highest rate in football. Next Gen Stats has a wide open percentage, and he's first in football. They're getting such easy wins in the passing game, and it starts not with the passing game, but with the ground attack. Bears lead the league in expected yards per carry right now. This offensive line completely retooled, right? You have 4 new starters, left tackle to right guard, right tackle Darnell Wright having an unbelievable season. They're moving the football easily on 1st and 10, and they're establishing those open windows, those play action passes. Johnson, listen, they're 7-3. They have a negative point differential. They've got 5 game-winning drives. They're probably not going to win the North, but in terms of proof of concept, what you expected to get from Ben Johnson, all that and more. So impressed.
Bears are 7-3 and in first place, and everybody's saying, oh, yeah, but the schedule, whoo! Oh. I mean, it's Joe Montana and the Niners coming up next. I actually think they're going to remain in first place, and here's why. What the next 5 games the Bears play all have in common? Steelers, Eagles, Green Bay, Cleveland, Green Bay. What do they all have in common? Every one of those teams, not the Bears, every one of those teams is struggling to find their offensive identity. Chicago didn't have that problem. Chicago's inconsistent, but Chicago runs the ball a lot and runs the ball well. and for the record, still leads the NFL in big plays. Yeah, the Bears may be inconsistent, a little start-stop, right? But they have an identity. They are going to run the ball a lot, and they're going to run it well. So that's an identity. The Bears, it's a little like a Quentin Tarantino movie. Strong plot, excellent character development. Seems a little out of order. We're going to have to wait to the end of the movie so it all sort of wraps in together, and you'll be like, that was really good.
Albert, give me the top 5 teams in the NFC, and do our Bears make the cut?
I put the 3 NFC West teams in the top 5. I put the Eagles in the top 5. And then I put the Bucks in there. Maybe I put the Bears 6, which I cannot believe I don't have an NFC North team in there. And I would have put the Lions 2 last week, but there's something about them right now that's shaking me a little bit. And I don't know. I think
I agree with you. And I like that team. I like that coach. Something's off.
I have had my heart broken many times. And so I understand that J.J. McCarthy was awful. And the Bears' record easily could be much worse than 7-3. And they've got problems on the defensive side of the ball. They've got injuries in the secondary. And some of this feels a little flimsy, I'll say.
That's a great word.
But I will admit all of that. I will concede all of those points on the front end. I just want this to be my new profile picture on the internet. Because isn't that a beautiful thing? Your first place Chicago Bears at 7-3. Bears are going to the playoffs. They are. It's a race to 10. I'm not saying they're great. I'm not saying they'll win the division. But when you got Pittsburgh, maybe with Mason Rudolph, and you got 2 games still against Green Bay, you could have beat them both last year. Yeah. One was on a blocked field goal, one you did win in Week 18. You've got San Francisco, who's in that graphic. You've got another game against Detroit, who's in that graphic. You got to figure out a way to win 3. Bears are going to the playoffs, baby. Get on board.
Yeah, listen, I think heart and defense wins you games. Gritty wins, I get it, and they seem to have a knack for getting gritty wins. But right now, I'm looking at an offense. Well, I don't know what they can do. I don't know who they are or what they can do. And I'm not a believer that they're even going to make the playoffs, to be honest with you.
This is huge for the Chicago Bears because these are games that, they needed to have in the win column and have stacked and put away. Because what they have coming up, when you look at their schedule, it is not going to be easy to get what you're saying is those 3 wins.
You just got to find 3.
Exactly.
You're asking for magic in December. I don't see it.
I mean, you're saying they only need 3, but that is a gauntlet that they have to go.
They could lose to the Browns.
They could lose every one of those games.
I'm just saying weird things happen every year.
I agree with
7 teams get in, and this week it might be Mason Rudolph. You know, it's just sometimes there's just a horseshoe for a collective team.
I just want to see you guys put it together for a full quarter.
All right, a lot there to unpack. A lot
Who
there.
was that little boy? It was like time to suit. It was like
Ben Solak. I thought the same thing. He's good though. He knows his stuff.
He does. He's a really bright guy, and he's very
are good too.
opinionated. I seen him get into debates on social media with Kurt Warner and other former football players, and he holds his own with his opinion. He studied.
I never knew what he looked like.
Same. I was very surprised to see that.
He looks like Stewie from Family Guy.
Well, I immediately going from when did Kyle Brandt turn into a silver fox to who's the kid? Somebody got in his dad's wardrobe and decided he's an NFL analyst. But I realized
the chat room was
who's so good.
Chat room was dissing Danny Parkin's wardrobe too. Sam.
Yeah, I don't blame him. That guy has no style whatsoever. All right, guys, let's unpack a little bit of that. So, Danikin, what's stuck out to you? And by the way, let me first acknowledge Lutz, the reporter with the $5 donation. He says the Lions are faltering, also known as Dan Campbell. Lutz does some nice reporting over at the Patch, and he's been on Dan Campbell's back. He says the Packers are faltering, Vikings are faltering, Bears still not 100%, but they're not faltering. Yeah, they're going up, and it seems like the other teams are going down. Danikin, what were you going to say?
I mean, the point that it's a lot of stuff in there that stood out, but the point that stood out to me was the last point from I think the gentleman on that last panel that they had, where he said, "I don't know what the Bears are. That we don't know what the Bears are." It's pretty obvious what the Bears are. You know what I mean? They lead the league in explosive plays. when you have that dynamic on your team, you're going to be involved in games because it's hard to put a team away when they're able to make big plays at any given moment. The other thing is if you run the ball well. If you run the ball well in December, it's great. It's great for any football team that plays, especially outside, that can run the football at a proficient, at a healthy rate. And then you have the situation where the Bears are winning tight games, where they're winning these games in crunch times. And like I said, it's not by luck, man. This is not the football gods smiling down on Chicago and saying, oh, you deserve this. No, they're actually making plays with defense, with special teams, with offense. And when you're able to do that, you're going to be involved in games. You're going to be able to win these games. So for him to say that, to me, it was a stupid statement in my opinion.
Jay Grizz in chat makes the exact point. Winners. That's what the Bears are.
Exactly.
That is their identity. Their identity is selfless winning. They do not care who the hero is. They do not care who is making the game-winning play from week to week. They don't need Caleb to put them on his shoulders. They don't need DeAndre Swift to run for 150 yards a week. They don't need their wide receivers to catch every single ball thrown to them. It would be nice if they did, but they don't need it. They are a hard-nosed, smash-mouth, winning football team. And that's all there is to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Tooch, you got any thoughts regarding the media mashup and something you want to comment on? Whether it's Albert Breer saying that the Bears are the sixth best team in the NFC, or
just got to be one of the top 7 at the end.
That's it. Yep. Take it away, bro. What do you think?
Like Zim, echo something Zim said. The players trust the coaches, and the coaches trust the players.
Yes,
that's huge this year.
Mm-hmm.
They're learning how to win, and I mean, they're ahead of schedule. I just hope they don't peak too early. But man, woof, yeah, let's keep the ship going here. Look,
Tooch, can I interrupt for just a second, just to expand on a point that you just made there? They trust each other. There's a belief there. It's something that I don't think we've ever seen, like in my lifetime. I don't know that we've ever had a team that believed in each other this much. Even the team that made it to a Super Bowl. You had this idea that Grossman was going to fuck it up sooner or later, but they truly believe in each other. Anyway, go ahead, take it away.
Even 2018, we knew what's his name was going to mess.
There was Parkey, there was Trubisky, there was somebody you were waiting to make that mistake.
Yeah,
that's not happening this year. If somebody makes a mistake, there's somebody waiting to pick them up, not the other way around. It's like it's okay. We got you.
Yep. The club dub was fun until it became club double doink. But look, the Bears might become the team that nobody wants to play in the playoffs. And there really aren't that many dominant teams in the NFL this year. I don't think that maybe the Rams. I mean, they have defense, they have a great offense. But other than that, I mean, like the Broncos are in first place. They may believe the Broncos are a great team. Hell, the Chiefs are faltering. They're 5-5. The Chiefs
might not make the playoffs. Yeah,
they're on the outside looking in. The Bills, man, they've got problems on defense. Like Colin Cowherd said, the Packers' offense is struggling. We just saw the Eagles' offense struggle to put any much to go. That game was like 10-6 or 10-6 on Monday night.
Monday
night. Yeah, there really aren't that many dominant teams in the NFL this season.
Not this season. You're right. Here's what I worry about, guys, is we can't deny the fact that every team that we have beaten does not have a winning record. We know it. Tooch went through it and so forth. And so there is this kind of tenuous feeling that I am feeling about this Bears team. I think, and I'm projecting that they are going to be better and better as time goes on. I'm taking Ben's word. He says, we're going to be playing our best football in December. And I believe that's what's going to happen. But at the same time, it is a little bit like the floor can fall out. In fact, Caleb talked about this today. Let me play what he said.
I think we feel good with where we're at. But you also do understand that things can turn. We have a whole season left, basically, with what are we, 7 games left, And so, things can still turn fast in those ways. So it's us understanding where we're at, understanding where we can be, and focusing on, where we are at this moment. Ben said something to me and then said it to the team recently, is, one of his old mentors. He said, you don't, and this is speaking on quarterback terms, I don't know if you can go 25 for 25, but I do know that you can go 1 for 1, each and every single time, 25 times. And so just focusing on where we're at, and focusing on being 1-1. And that's me saying 100%, but that's 1-0 this week. And we focus on that. We go 1-0 each week. We'll be exactly where we want to be.
So that's where my headspace is at. It could just all fall. I am hoping and praying that this weekend we get that win. Like the 1985 season is my point of reference with anything football and greatness. Just like Michael Jordan is my point of reference for any greatness in basketball. We need a win like the 85 Bears had in Dallas, where they went down there and beat them 45-0. And that was like the 6th or 7th game of the season. And when that game happened, you young bloods who didn't experience it, I wish you would have. I wish you do, because it was like, yeah, okay, I'm a believer. Go ahead, do the Super Bowl shuffle. Go ahead, do whatever you want, because you are going to kick ass. That's what they did to the Dallas Cowboys. Go ahead, Danikin. I see.
Well, that's a good point that you make. I mean, it's a really good point, because the Bears, when they're playing these games, and especially these games, right? I said before that I wanted to see them step on somebody's throat, step down, just just demolish somebody, right? Mm-hmm. And we haven't seen that yet from the Bears. If we had seen that from one of these teams that they should have done that to be honest. Like, let's just be real. We got to be real. They should have beaten down one of these teams, totally dominated them. They haven't done that. They played well against the Cowboys. That was nice. But you wanted to see them do that against one of these teams that you should have done it to. Mm-hmm. And they didn't. So that's concerning to me, because you can look at it and say, well, are they playing down to competition? Are they better, or are they playing down to their competition, right? So the thing is that I look at these games, and instead of Bears fans and people looking at it and saying, okay, we're nervous about this stretch of games that we have, you got to look at them as opportunities. This is an opportunity. What we talked about several weeks ago of a, what were we calling it? A statement victory and things like that.
Statement, yeah.
You have several opportunities to make a statement victory. It can be a statement victory against your arch rival and Aaron Rodgers. I don't care if he plays for Pittsburgh or not. It could be a statement victory against the Eagles. Of course, they're a Super Bowl contending and Super Bowl defending champions. Green Bay, your nemesis in the division that we hate, the much hated. You got 2 games, 2 opportunities right there against them. So you have to look at it like that. This is an opportunity to get a statement victory, to solidify what you think you might have in this locker room and what you think this team could be. You can solidify it with statement victories going forward. So it's just opportunities. Are they going to rise to the occasion and take advantage of them?
And they haven't played their best football yet.
Yeah, no, they haven't. Sim, I got a question for you. If they, let's say they win in the style that they're winning a close game against the Steelers, but they go to the Eagles, and like Danny Perkins said, they lose the game 26-20. Is that almost like a statement performance? I know it's like participation trophies, right?
It depends on how the game goes. You know, is it a backdoor cover or is it a close game? Like a backdoor cover, nobody gives a shit about. It's Matt Stafford's career, but everybody, hey, maybe it does count for something. Everybody seems to want to say he's a Hall of Famer all of a sudden.
He won a Super Bowl.
You want to is that really the barometer for being in the Hall of Fame now? Is winning
those stats and the Super Bowl win, I would say.
Oh yeah, Joe Flacco should probably be there too. I totally agree. So anyway, my point being that it really depends on the fashion and how you do it, because if it's this weird backdoor cover. You score these garbage time points that like nobody really cares about. Like you have no chance of winning the game, but 30 seconds to go, you take it from a 26-14 game to a 26-21 game. It's like, yeah, the score looks better than it was. But if it's a 26-21 game or it's 26-20, like Danny Parkins was saying, and it's like it goes down to the 2-minute mark and the Bears have the ball. And you're thinking, man, the Bears are about to do it again, but to the freaking Eagles, and then, drive stalls and they run out of time, whatever. It's like, man, they really could have. But to that same point, I found this tweet this week. The Bears are 2 plays away from being 9-1 on the season. Think about that.
Yeah.
2 plays away. Okay. But if you want to play that game, the Bears are 4 plays away from being 3-7 on the season.
Give the tweeter a recognition.
This is at Pete Martuniak.
I know him. He writes
for SI. Yeah, Sports Illustrated. Yeah. So my point being that like it's easy to feel away in the moment, but like, how do you feel about this season as a whole if the Bears are 3-7 because 4 plays didn't go their way? Like we're talking a lot like last year in that sense. The Bears were 5-12 last year, but they were like 5 plays away from being 10-7.
And that is why who was it? Kevin Byard at the end of that the opening that we had where he said, what did he say in there? This ain't the same old Bears.
Yeah.
Indeed.
That's it.
I wrote it after the Raiders game. My song was all about it. It's the turning of the tides. The grass is actually greener on the other side this time. And it really does feel that way. Because we always have talked that way about the Bears. Like, we just got to get rid of Nagy and it's going to be better. All right, well, Nagy didn't work out. We got to get rid of Eberflus and it's going to be, and even before that, man, Lovey's good, but can we do better? All right, no, Tressman was terrible, but John Fox, he's tried and true. He's been to the Super Bowl with 2 other teams, and so on and so forth. Like, we did it back in the day with Armstrong. We did it back in the day with Jerron and all these other coaches that we had in between. Everybody had their justification for why these guys were good, but like it's all about the context around all of it. And it goes back to what we were talking about earlier, the belief, the trust, the the desire that these guys have, because they have total buy-in on both sides from the players and the coaches in a way that they just haven't in years past.
Yeah,
so a holy long walk for a short drink of water, but
no, good stuff, man.
Ultimately, like, yeah, a close game does mean a lot more than a backdoor cover, but at the same time, a loss is still a loss at the end of the day. And 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, we're not really going to care how they lost. We're just going to care that they lost.
Yeah, I heard his name mentioned, so I had to throw it up there, Aldo. Matt Nagy, Kansas City fans.
They're done.
Man.
They're done.
Matt Nagy, you know when they say it's been a pleasure? Well, it hasn't.
Have you looked at Pat Mahomes' numbers with and without Matt Nagy? Because holy shit.
But the thing is, and I agree with those numbers, but somebody could come back and say, look at the numbers with and without Tyreek Hill.
Well, you could also say, look at the numbers with and without the $500 million contract. It all lines up. All 3 of those things line up together. So
I wouldn't go there.
I'm just saying they all line up together.
You know what it is?
It's weird.
Sim, you know this too. It's pussy. That fucks up your outside performance outside the bedroom. It fucks up your performance.
I mean,
hasn't his wife been having kids? Like, he's clearly getting. They're all born during the season, meaning he's getting it.
Maybe you should be getting no shimmy sham.
Exactly.
I mean, that team's old now.
Yeah, they're old. Reed is old. Nagy is stupid. Yeah, that's a bad combo for my man Mahomes. But there is
older. The receivers,
Yeah, not that I want to spend a lot of time talking about the Chiefs, but there is something going on there. Is that Mahomes, I think, is upset with Nagy's play calling. Andy Reid said sometimes we call a run play and then it turns into a pass play. And so what he is saying is Mahomes is changing plays because he just has no confidence in Nagy. That's how I read that.
From being a potential three-peat champion to being 5-5, there's going to be a lot of finger pointing happening. So
I hear you.
Excuse me. They're going to be trying to figure it out, but
Hey,
if I
guys,
make it,
Another point I forgot to make. The Bears are winning. The Bears are winning on the road. Got 4. I heard Aldo talking with Greg Gabriel. I mean, in a 17-game season, you're either going to have 8 home games or 9 home games, or 8 road games or 9. We have 9 road games. We've won 4 already. In his first year as Bears head coach, Ben Johnson has 4. Matt Eberflus, during his entire tenure as Bears coach, do you know how many?
How many?
3. Only 3. He had less.
Jesus.
Yeah. So I mean, they're learning to win on the road too, man. It'll
it's a
go
big
anywhere.
move.
Yep.
And so they've got 4 home games coming up and 3 road games for the rest of the season out of that 7 remaining games. So I'm with Danny Parkins. I like our chances getting in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Now, guys, I want to further this discussion, but I got to hit the John, man. This
one game at a time.
Thank you. So you guys handle things. I'll be right back.
Well, the Bears can make that playoffs. They can make the playoffs if you show that. I don't know if you got the capability to show that schedule, but I mean, the biggest thing to me is not going to be Philadelphia or Green Bay games. It's the San Francisco game. San Francisco is the team that you got to beat. If you can beat San Francisco, that's the tiebreaker right there. Yep. You beat Cleveland, that's the second win, right? And then you got to get one of these games against Green Bay, Detroit, Pittsburgh, or Philadelphia, and you got 10 games and the tiebreaker against San Francisco. You're in the playoffs.
How many wins get you in, you think? 10, maybe?
10.
10 are what we're looking on the outside.
If they have 10 victories and that win, and one of those victories is against San Francisco, there's no way they miss the playoffs.
You have to beat the Packers at least once in order to do that, though.
Yeah.
Because the Packers have that tie in their schedule, they're going to edge you out if you have the same amount of wins as them. So you have to beat them at least once.
Yep.
No, but that's null and void. If you get to 10 and you beat San Francisco, who's the other team that's getting in there? There can be 3 teams that go from the NFC North.
Yeah, valid. The problem is the NFC West is strong enough that they might also.
They got 3 teams also too.
But that's what I'm saying. If you beat San Francisco, they're not getting there. San Francisco is what, 7-4 right now?
10-7
up on them.
10-7 gives you a chance. 11-6 gets you in. Is my point.
Yeah, 11-6 gets you in, but 10-7 and a victory against San Francisco. There's not 3 teams that are going from the NFC West. 3 teams I can see going from the North, but not from the West.
There's 3 teams in there that are pretty good: the Rams, Seahawks, and 49ers. And then
I think the Rams and Seahawks get in there, but San Francisco, if we beat them, they're out. They're done.
That's fair. That's fair, especially that late in the season. Very possible.
Yeah.
Tooch, did you save the images that I sent over this week? I think this is a great jumping off point to get into some of that.
Oh shit. Okay, I haven't done it yet, but I can.
I sent over some stuff in a Twitter DM to you.
Yes.
About how I think the rest of this season is going to break down a little bit, specifically for the NFC North. And the reason, I think this is a great point because we saw it in the media mashup. It's kind of what we're talking about now is like, what does it take for the Bears to get to the playoffs? And the easiest route is just to win the NFC North, but that might not be 100% possible right now. Aldo sent over a great thing about the overall projections from The Athletic on how they expect teams to make the postseason. Yeah. So they've got the Lions at 81%, the Packers at 76%, the Bears at 47%, and the Vikings at 2%, with, pretty equal percentages to win the division, broken down by split apart into about 100% total. And I took it upon myself to kind of readjust all this to say, no, fuck your numbers. These are stupid. Mine are better. So
I like the way you think.
I took a really, really simple approach to this. And I looked at each team in the NFC North's remaining season, and I assigned each game a confidence value, right? Confidence value being 2, highly likely that they win, 0, highly likely that they lose, and 1, toss up. It could go either way. And across all 4 teams, I came up with scores. for how they will finish the rest of the season. So going across all that, the Bears wound up at a 1, right? I have about a more or less chance that they finish off the rest of the season well. I gave the Packers a score of 0.85. I think they have a very difficult schedule coming up. I think they are more likely to lose than they are to win most of their games. And the Vikings and Lions surprisingly tied with a confidence score of 1.28. Both of them being slightly more likely to win games than they are to lose them for the rest of the season. So with all that, I gave each team a ceiling and floor if you're interested in it. But generally speaking, while the Packers have a relatively low confidence score at a 0.85, I still consider their ceiling just as high as the Bears and Lions. All three of them finishing at 12-5, save for the Packers who have that tie, 12-4-1. And if all these teams finish that highly, 12-4-1 gets them the NFC North title.
Ooh, baby.
The Vikings have the lowest variance throughout all this. Ceiling of 10-7, floor of 7-10 to me.
So these are your numbers on the screen here, Zim?
These are my numbers. These are very poorly scratched out while I was at dinner last night. But you can see, like I said, I scored each team with highly winnable games as a 2, games they are likely to lose as a 0, and games that could go either way as a 1. So you can see the Vikings, I think, have the easiest schedule. The Packers have the hardest, in my opinion. With all that being said, I plugged these numbers in and gave them all playoff probabilities. Now, rather than the Athletics score of just giving them somewhere between 0 and 100, I made them all equal to 100%. So each team effectively has an equal chance at this point. And I think I gave a graphic for this, Aldo, but the Bears and Lions have an equal chance to make the playoffs, in my opinion. Oh, this is incorporating FPI. So I went a step further because I said, okay, my scores are obviously biased. My scores are very much from the point of a Bears fan, right? This is given all this. So I included ESPN's FPI. FPI is their football power index. It's basically a power rankings for how good they think teams are. And I factored that in with how good they think these teams are and how good they think their opponents are. So with all that included, it gives the Lions an 85% chance at the playoffs and the Bears a 53% chance at the playoffs, much higher than the Athletics score, which I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was much lower than that. It leaves the Packers and Vikings at less than a coin flip. Packers at a 40%. Yeah, so this gives the Packers a significantly worse chance than Athletic did, and the Bears only a slightly better chance, honestly, which is how I tell myself that it's a little less biased. But all said and done, what this is basically saying is I think the Vikings are a reeling team. I think the did I say the Packers? I'm sorry. I think
the Vikings are a reeling team.
I think the Packers are a reeling team. Okay. I think the Vikings are better than what their record shows so far.
Interesting.
And I think that the Lions and Bears are relatively well matched, in all honesty. But the Lions have the easier schedule for the rest of the way, and that is why I give them the edge to make the playoffs. So, as all this says, through all of this, if you guys want a total breakdown, I'm happy to get deeper into all of this, but I don't want to bore anybody too much with all of it.
I'm not bored by it at all. It's good stuff, bro.
I will, with my general predictions, I predict the Bears to finish 11-6 with the 7th seed. They will have an uphill battle to climb through the playoffs. I give the Lions an 11-6 record as well, but holding the tiebreaker over the Bears, putting them at the 4th seed. That gives them a much easier path to the Super Bowl should they make it that far, giving them a total division title probability of 43.6%. I consider the Bears equal in my calculations at 43.6%. Again, when I incorporated the FPI into that, the Lions went as high as an 85% chance to win the NFC North. And I don't think that's unreasonable when you consider the schedule ahead of them. The Vikings and the Packers both missed the playoffs in my simulations. Packers finish at an even 8-1, and the Vikings in last place at 8-9. I still think this is a very good division. I still think this is a black and blue division. I still think that there is so much room for variance in all of this that there's a chance that a lot of different things happen. But generally speaking, I think the Lions and the Bears will both represent the NFC North in the playoffs this year.
I
ahead,
have
Tooch.
a graphic too for the NFC North, Zim.
that is how my gut feels right now, man. But I had to try to bring some reason into all this, all right? Because it do smell like bitch in here today. All right.
Hey, Zim, you mentioned you did that graphic while you were at dinner, and I immediately thought about Fitz, and then who popped up in the background? Mr. Fitz himself. Fitz, how are you, my friend?
Good. How are we doing?
We are doing great. We've been talking football. We started with Danikin's 5 points, and he illustrated 5 excellent points. Then Bears state affairs with Johnny Santucci was extraordinary. Now Zim is like a college professor with numbers and a chalkboard and stuff. So I'm hoping that you can continue the elevation of where we're going.
I'm sorry. I don't think I'm going to be able to. I put in a 12-hour day today.
Oh,
those
no.
Numbers were really
12-hour day. What
all
the
I heard was Bears making the playoffs, and that's all I'm going with. So.
Jeez. If you're working a 12-hour day, Fitz, I want you to quit immediately. Just go in and quit tomorrow morning.
Oh, I would love to.
Wouldn't we all love to do that? How are you, Fitz? Tell us the emotional state you were in with about 50 seconds to go in the game.
It's all kind of just blurring together these last 3-4 weeks. Just you're going through these emotions of like, oh, for crying out loud, what is this game coming to yeah, they're not going to win, to wait, we've got this. It's like, if we've got the ball with any time left, I'm starting to feel confident. It was like, if I go back to the Giants game the week before, I was thinking, they're down 20-10 late. I was like, well, if we can get a stop here, Wilson's in now, we're going to win. And they score, and Russell became, old man Russell Wilson. They won. And I wasn't shocked that the Vikings took the lead, and I wasn't shocked that the Bears won it in the end. It's like, it wasn't Caleb this time, but that's okay. He doesn't have to win it all the time, right? It's just, I'm expecting it now. And people were saying there's no way they could do this again, against the Vikings. Why not? Let's do it again. And I could see something playing out that way this weekend, because I don't think anyone's going to destroy the Steelers. Are not going to destroy the Bears, and the Bears aren't going to destroy the Steelers. I think it'll come down to the last 5 minutes again. And just, if we've got the ball, if the Bears have the ball in the last minute, I think they're going to win it.
We'll talk more about this Steelers matchup.
Before I get in, I did say they were going to win with a Cairo Santos field goal. So
I am on a campaign to lift up the spirits towards Cairo Santos from Bears fans, because I read so many mean things about him and that we should drop him and stuff. It's like, dude, this is one of the best, if not the best kicker in Bears history. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
I made a mistake and we want to get rid of him?
We shouldn't be relying on him to go 5 of 5 either in one game.
Great point.
Gold was the best kicker in Bears history.
Who? Robbie?
Robbie Gold.
How close is Cairo?
I take Robbie Gold, Kevin Butler, then Cairo.
Okay. You agree with that? Zim, you got to unmute, bro.
I fully agree with that statement.
All right, you can mute again. Fitz, when you joined us, Zim was giving us a professorial a lecture on the chances of the Bears making the playoffs. Please don't pull out a calculator or anything, any computer device or anything like that. but tell us what your gut feeling is saying about the Bears making the playoffs or even winning the NFC North.
I didn't quite understand everything Zim was saying, but the results looked about what I was thinking. Like the Lions have the best chance of winning the division, followed by the Bears, simply because of where they're both. The Bears are at 7-3 now, and the Green Bay does have a pretty tough road ahead. So, if we can pull out 4 wins here in the last, 4 wins in the last 7. Well, we've got 7 games left.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like I agreed with what he was saying. I don't know how he came to it, but I agree with the result of it. I think the Lions have the best path to winning the conference. The division, and at this point I don't want to like jinx it, but I would almost be disappointed if the Bears didn't sneak into the playoffs somehow.
Ooh, I love that
7-3.
Yes.
It's
Talking
there.
about a debacle at that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're talking about, what was that, 2016 all over again when Cutler broke his thumb?
That was 2011.
2011. Yeah, I'm only off by about 5 years. Excuse me. 2016 was Trestman years. Forgive me for forgetting all of that.
Fitz, when you said you would be disappointed the Bears don't make the playoffs, I see Tooch and I see Danikin, and they're like absolutely right. And I am still a little bit kind of expecting something to go wrong. Talk me off the ledge.
It's our time, man. I mean, this law of averages says that we got to win sometime. It's our year to get the 1-point wins, the plays. So what if we're lucky this year? We're rebuilding.
Luckiest team in the league.
We're getting better. We're learning how to win by winning, right?
That's a good way to express it. Absolutely.
So, yeah, I mean, maybe we shouldn't, the Bears shouldn't be, and they're ahead of that, but it's happening and they're getting better. This is a team that we were expecting progress, and hey, the wins are coming with it. I'm okay with that, and enjoy it. We enjoy this.
Yeah. Well, let me point this question to Tooch, because I think of anyone here, he and I relate because we've gone through so much disappointment. If the Bears fall out of playoff contention and don't make the playoffs, how surprised will you be?
I think I'll be pretty surprised.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we should at least sneak in the 6 or 7 slot.
Okay, it's just like the 8-8 season with Matt Nagy, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's some things that the Bears definitely have to clean up in order to ensure a spot. We're still kind of working on the penalties.
Gotten better, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's getting better. We've got to get healthier on defense, especially. But the drops the accuracy of Caleb and the drops have to improve. But man, the elite escapability and then Caleb's legs, getting the explosive play is that he's got to be one of the most, if not the most dangerous players. That's why I said the Bears
fair point
are the team that nobody wants to face. Because Caleb can wreck them. He can wreck a defense
if
with
the
just
team,
a couple
if
plays.
They stay close, right?
Yeah, if they stay close, he can wreck it. And in the fourth quarter, if it's close, they got a really good chance of winning, man. The Caleb factor, man, he's got the 7th best sack rate. So he's getting rid of the ball. He's not turning the ball over.
No.
So the one thing that worries me is that we won't be getting the amount of turnovers that we, the regression to the mean. Because we have a lot of takeaways. I think we have 22 on the season, or more than that. I think 24 now.
Yeah, which were a big aid to us winning those games, right?
Yeah, yep.
But that's any team winning. You're going to win the turnover battle if you're winning. So, kudos for them for being in the right place at the right time, I guess.
Fitz, I understand what you're saying, but it could stop. That's my
could.
point. You know, like I played a Caleb Williams soundbite just before you came on, and it was Caleb talking. We realized that this can stop, and that's my fear as a fan, is that all of a sudden we start looking the same way we've done most of my life.
Yeah, the coaching staff is fantastic.
Let me try to talk you off the ledge, right? That's the biggest thing. Like what Tooch said, the coaching staff is different. This coaching staff is different. I don't believe this coaching staff, Ben Johnson, and who he has assembled, will allow these guys to become so lackadaisical or so not paying attention to detail that they let 5 or 6 games go and they lose all of these games in a row. They're not going to do that, right? I don't believe so. If they do that, I'll be very surprised. Number 2, the run game. It's Chicago. It's cold weather. We got a lot of outside games. I think we have all outside games.
Yep.
The last 7 games are all outside games. When you can run the ball in December, you will have a chance to be in the games. We are getting healthy. You got Jalen Johnson coming back. You got Kyler Gordon coming back. They're going to be better on the back end in the pass coverage, right? With those guys there. And then the last thing that I want to talk about is, believe it or not, the defensive pass rush. If you can play some defense and you can do those things, then you're going to be in ball games. And at the end of the game, they've shown consistently that they're able to get the job done. So at that point, at some point, you have to start believing the way the team believes, because they believe, and you see it in the locker room. You see it by the way they communicate. So you have to start believing that, hey, this team is – I'm not saying that they're Super Bowl contenders. That's not what I'm saying. That would be a homer statement, right?
Yeah.
But I am saying that they are definitely well enough. They're definitely good enough to get into the playoffs. That will happen.
That was brilliant, Danikin. I gotta ask Fitz. He just said, I do think Super Bowl. Go ahead, Danikin.
Why not? I'll say it. I'll put it out there. I think that, look at the league the way it is. I mean, who's really the best? We get a healthy defense. Yeah. We get a healthy defense. We get a healthy secondary. That's going to lead to better pass rush, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's valid thinking here.
Why couldn't we? I just look at the way the league has been the last few years. You have a team that sneaks up there, and it's lining up where it could be the Bears this year. So I'm going to ride it. I know it's not logical. I get that it just shouldn't be, that this team shouldn't be a playoff contender or a Super Bowl contender, but heck, why not? I mean, let's just, we get a healthy defense. The offense is improving. Caleb's improving. And when it's down to the wire with him, he'll do whatever it takes to win, whether it's, running on his own or handing it off. He didn't throw one pass on that last drive last week. And I think the Raiders game too, that their last scoring drive, I don't think he threw a pass on that one either.
Correct.
So he's willing to do whatever it takes. If it means he's got to do it, he'll do it. But if it means they got to run the ball, give it to somebody else, he'll do that too. So let's go. Let's you don't know what next year will bring, so just ride this one out as best as we can. So I'm gonna say they're a Super Bowl contender right here.
And the other thing is the takeaways. Like, we're talking about those takeaways that we get, right? It's not even just the takeaways; it's turnover differential.
Yeah,
they take care of the ball, we take the ball away. We take care of the ball, we take the ball away. You're in every game if you do that. Every game.
Let me ask Tooch, because he's the gambler in the house. So he's the guy that's going to place money on the Bears or not place money. What are your thoughts?
For the Bears to make the playoffs or maybe Bears to win it all?
Well, Bears to make the playoffs. Let's start there.
I haven't really thought of Bears to make the playoffs.
What kind of a gambler are you?
Yeah, I would say, well, I'm in shock. I'm in the upside down.
I hear you, brother.
It's been 7 years since we've won. We've been winning season. Yeah, I mean, I think they got to be around a plus 150 just to make the playoffs.
Okay.
Maybe plus 200. To win the Super Bowl, it's got.
That's a good bet.
Yeah.
To make the playoffs, I'd put $100.
Win the Super Bowl, probably plus 1,500. 150 to 1.
Where's Caleb at as a MVP candidate?
Yeah, do you know that? Because I was thinking about doing that at the beginning of the season, just as a long shot, put $10, $25 on.
Well, they go on a run here at the end.
Yeah. Not a bad thought there. I hadn't thought of that one either. I was thinking about we really have to credit a lot of this season's success to Ryan Poles. Here's one of his signings, Kevin Byard, a 2-year, $15 million. He should probably be extended. He's got great instincts this season playing under Dennis Allen. He's got 53 tackles, 38 solo, 5 interceptions. That leads the NFL, 7 pass defenses, 3 tackles for loss. And then, Nashawn Wright was a good pickup kind of as an afterthought. And he had a pick 6 versus the Vikings in week 1, his former team. And another interception against the Vikings again this weekend. That's probably a player that the Vikings wish they still had, or Sam Darnold.
That was an incredible catch too.
Yeah. I mean, the defenders, the back 7 are they have length. The long arms and height of Tremaine Edmonds and Nashawn Wright. Allow them to get to balls, and then. Yeah, Tremaine Edmonds, Byard, and Nashawn Wright. Those are like the top 3 interception leaders in the NFL. So, the Bears' offensive line that Poles put together. They're leading the NFL in line yards. Which is the push that the offensive line gets. How many line?
Vince talked about that. He likes to look at that on the All 22.
So Dahlman, this free agent signing of Dahlman, that's a hit. The 2 trades he made with Jonah Jackson for a 6th rounder and Joe Tooney for a 4th rounder have been, those have paid real dividends, man. And then even finding Theo Benedette, who's serviceable at left tackle. So you really have to credit Ryan Poles.
So all of a sudden, Poles has gone from somebody many Bears fans, including myself, that said maybe it's time for us to get a new GM to a potential GM of the year candidate.
I don't pump the brakes on that one.
This year he's.
Tell me why.
This year he's.
Why not though? Why not? If you look at what he's done,
$48 million to Dio Osunmu.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Look at all of the other moves; those outweigh that one. I mean, he tried. On the Fitzometer, he's getting a 300. Man, he's batting 300 on the Fitzometer.
I'd put him closer, probably at 270.
Oh
wow!
See, I don't think the Dio move was bad. Yeah, I agree with you, Dan.
It didn't work out with the injury, but it wasn't.
That. He just pointed out you completely revamped the offensive line, right? There's only so much you can do in one off season.
Why did we have to revamp the offensive line?
What do you mean why?
Why did they have to revamp the offense?
Because it was terrible, right?
Because he swung and missed in 3 drafts prior to this on multiple prospects.
On multiple prospects in what round though? Was he drafting those prospects in the first 3 rounds?
He's talking free agency in the draft. But
why wasn't he drafting them in the first 3 rounds?
Even in free agency, there's not left tackles and right tackles that are hitting free agency that are at the top of their games. You're going to get the old aging free agents in free agency, or you're going to get guys who are often injured. That's what you're going to get. So this thought that we just, you have to swing and miss or swing and hit on everything is just not realistic. That's not a realistic view. You tell me who he should have gotten or what draft picks he should have taken instead of who he got, and then we can consider it a swing and a miss. Until then, he's swinging, trying to fix the situation. He is completely when you have 3 new guys, Dahlman, great pickup. Tooney, great. Jonah Jackson has been outstanding as well after a couple of games. He struggled at the beginning, but he got it going. Then you got Darnell Wright, who is his draft pick, right? Mm-hmm. You found Theo Benedict, like Tooch said, that's serviceable, right? And then you also addressed other things with the defensive line too. You did bring in Grady Jarrett. Yeah, he's hurt, but you brought him in, you tried to do something. You know what I mean? There's not a lot that was available. You only are limited to so many draft picks, and you're limited to what you can do. You don't build your team through free agency. I'm sick of people saying that. I'm so tired of it. You build through the draft. That's how you get sustained success. Free agency is a Band-Aid. That's what it is. It's a Band-Aid.
So that means he's got 3 Band-Aids on the offensive line right now.
No, because those we talked about those weren't free agents, were they? Jonah
Dahlman
Jackson
was a
wasn't.
free agent.
Jonah Jackson wasn't
Jackson
a free
and
agent. That
Tooney
was
were
a trade.
trades.
They were
You're
trades.
right.
So
there
those
are
are not band-aids.
players. There are players in the pipeline behind the veterans that he brought in.
I will say,
know?
if Trapillo works out the way that we think he will, that's a great move. If Wright, I mean, that then means that Wright either has to move to guard or the other side of the line, most likely, unless Trapillo becomes the left tackle. I'm not saying that
Wright
there's
ain't
not.
going nowhere. Wright's gonna be his right tackle.
I mean,
for
he
him.
should be. He should be.
Yeah.
My point being, though, that I think it's too soon for all of this. I'm not saying that he's completely free and clear, but I'm not saying that he's all the way in the doghouse. I'm just saying that it's not quite there yet. We're getting there. He's making the right moves. He's taking the right steps. He's getting to the point that we want to see, the same way that we want to see Caleb Williams grow and evolve as a quarterback. We want to see Ryan Poles grow and evolve as a GM. And I think we're seeing him make those steps, but it doesn't completely excuse the mistakes that he makes made early on. It doesn't entirely excuse the fact that the guy's made 3 third-round picks, and all 3 of them appear to be busts. Like, third round is still a valuable round where you should be finding contributing players. And it seems like he's 0 for 3 on them so far. I'm sorry, I don't recall who he drafted in 25, but sorry, I'm going through it in my head. Did they even have a third-round pick this year? I don't think so.
No third round pick. They had 3 second round picks.
They had 3 second rounders, which, I mean, to give him credit, he seems to hit in the second round. He seems to hit in the first round. And those are the rounds. Okay? Those are the rounds that you have to hit in. So he's hitting in the rounds that you have to hit in, but he's not hitting in the rounds that you want to hit in.
I'm giving him a lot of props this year. I mean, a lot of his moves have paid off this year. The Manon guy in the 7th round, man, that's a great pick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, it is.
Luke Newman, we haven't seen yet, but he's in the pipeline. The Shamar Turner got injured. That didn't work out.
Shamar Turner was looking good before he got hurt. I'll give him that. And
Luther
Luther Burden was
looks,
no duh take.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a guy
Burden
that I
fantastic.
personally have professed that I think could be a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL if he's given the right opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, if DJ Moore doesn't start catching the passes.
Everybody in the chat is going crazy too. The chat goes crazy. Everybody on Twitter, everybody on, the biggest thing that people say about Poles, Dio Dingbo. $48 million. But you blurt that out without saying it's a 3-year deal. So that's 13.5 or whatever it is per year is what he's supposed to be getting. There are defensive ends in this league making $47 million, $45 million, $41 million per year. It is the going rate, people. $48 million for 3 years is not a terrible deal.
You know what?
Now, if he made $48 million for 2 years, then I'd be saying something, because now you're paying a guy $24 million per year, and he's not that caliber player. But when you're talking about $47 million that guys get paid per year, we're talking about a guy getting 3 years for $48 million, and we're complaining and crying about it. Come on, man. We're nitpicking at this point. We're nitpicking.
You have absolutely nailed it. And you know exactly what this argument reminds me of is the Charles Leno Jr. argument that happened years ago when everybody was mad about him making $16 million a year. And that was league average for the position. And he was a league average player.
That's it.
And you know what?
Yeah,
when you reframe my way of thinking like that.
No question. The Bears should be looking pass rush early in the draft in 2026. But look, man, what's the left tackle of the Vikings? I can't remember his name in this.
Darrisaw. Christian
Austin
Darrisaw.
Booker put him on his ass, man. I'm waiting.
Long arm.
Yeah, just one armed him to the ground. Just I'm waiting for Austin Booker to pay some dividends, a 5th round pick.
He will.
Polls, but
I think he will. I mean, but the problem with Booker is that he is a pure pass rusher. He's not an all-around defensive end. He's your that's fair.
Though.
That's fair, but he's your 3rd down guy. He's your 2nd and 3rd down guy. He's not the guy that you put out there in an every down situation at this point in his career.
Yeah, so Dennis Allen,
he could develop.
Big guys.
I had a feeling I had a feeling that we were going to run a little late. So you guys,
What
whoever needs
about
to,
Fitz's food review?
no, we got a lot more to do. So
We still got food
what I'm
reviews, we
saying,
still got songs,
I
we
also
still
know
got
that some
topics.
of you have to work tomorrow. So
I'm off tomorrow.
Oh, look at
Oh,
you!
man.
Yeah, I got to start
Ooh.
using my vacation days and stuff because I
Oh,
hardly took any the first half of the year. Then I look back, I'm like, I didn't take a day off, you know. And then my boss was like, you got a lot of you lose them if you don't use them. So
That's a W.
I'm starting
Yeah.
to take a few days off here and there. But,
do it. So we got a lot to cover, but I know one thing. Right now, I am feeling a little hungry.
He's about to make me hungry. Gonna microwave popcorn, trust me. When he talks about food, my appetite is renewed. This is Fitz with his restaurant critique.
Woo-hoo. His name is Fitz, and every week he's got a restaurant review for us. Fitz, tell us what you got this week.
Yeah, I got Wojo's over there across the street from Brother Rice High School in Evergreen Park, 99th and Pulaski. Pulaski Corridor has a lot of great Chicago food eats, and Wojo's is one of them. They've got, so their sign says 60 milkshakes. Their menu says 70 milkshakes, and then there's a sign in there that said 100 milkshakes. So they
I
got a lot of
noticed that in the
milkshakes.
video. Yeah.
And they were good. I had a strawberry banana. My wife had a chocolate chip cookie dough.
Ooh,
And
nice.
they've got the traditional Chicago street food with the burgers and the hot Vienna beef hot dogs. And they also had some interesting ones that I didn't try. There's like an ostrich burger on there and a turkey burger and bison burger that I got to get back to.
I've
but yeah,
had turkey and bison. Excellent.
Yeah, I've had bison. Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
stuff.
and-
Ostrich, though?
Ted's
Wow.
Montana Grill.
Never had ostrich.
Bison burger there.
Ostrich is very lean and very good. If you have not tried it,
Oh, yeah.
it is one of the more interesting poultries to try.
Yep.
Poultry.
Yeah, it's
wow.
been around
Ostrich
since
too. Yeah, ostrich burger.
83, I think, this place. So it's been around over 40 years. A lot of the comments today on X were people remembering going, playing a game at Brother Rice or Mother Macaulay and going to Wojo's afterwards. So it's just one of those places that's always been around and always kind of a part of your memory that you don't realize until now when you're in your 40s and you remember it. So yeah, it was a great place. So let's roll it and check
Let's
it
roll
out.
it. And before we roll
Roll
it,
it.
I want to say, take a close look at this burger Fitz is eating because it looks effing delicious.
Burgers and shakes at Wojo's. At the corner of 99th and Pulaski near Chicago's South Side is Wojo's. Wojo's at 9851 South Pulaski in Evergreen Park has been serving folks char-grilled and frozen treats for over 45 years. With over 100 food items and over 100 milkshakes on their menu, Wojo's has something for everyone. I tried their double cheddar burger with the works. The charbroiled burger reminds you of a cookout in your own backyard. I tried a strawberry banana shake. It was frosty and delicious. And don't forget the pizza puff. Wojo's is all-star caliber and gets a 310 on the Fitzometer. That's Wojo's at 9851 South Pulaski in Evergreen Park, Illinois. Where should I eat next? Comment in the replies, #FitzMagicEats, and check out all of my reviews on my YouTube channel at FitzMagicShy.
Oh my God, that burger
looking
looks,
good.
it's food porn, man.
And it smells so good. When it's the charbroiled,
Yeah.
My only thing was if they were a little thicker patties, they're real thin,
Okay.
like a little thicker patty, to fill you up. But no, it tasted delicious. And
I was surprised at the Fitz. I mean, it's a great Fitzometer score, no doubt about it, but I thought it was going to be higher just by the visuals of the food, man. And then the fact that they got 100 shakes. I don't care if it's 60, 70, or 100. Anything more than 3 flavors is a bonus. You know what I'm saying?
Anything more than 3 flavors is a pain in the ass to make. Let me tell you from personal experience.
How many you got at your restaurant, Zim?
Oh man, I think so. We're rolling out a new menu December 1st, and I think it brings us up to 17. And even that is just a nightmare, man.
Oh,
I used to hate taking my kids to Sonic and just all the choices you have there at a Sonic. Just it's like,
you said you mentioned
before we get in the car what you're getting, you know.
I mean, Fitz, you mentioned they have over 100 items. Does that include the milkshakes, or is that besides them?
That's besides the milkshakes. I was counting on the menu. There's like 3 pages.
Wow.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm ready to eat that menu.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked delicious. There's so many food items. I was like, wow.
If anybody knows anywhere in Nebraska or Iowa where I can get a pizza, I'll go to Missouri even. If there's anywhere in this tri-state area where I can get a pizza puff, please let me know. Because I'm about to drive 8 hours to Colorado or Chicago because I know where I can get one in either one of those places. So
I'm telling you, man, pizza puffs
never had a pizza puff.
are God's gift.
Vizzo, imagine a Hot Pocket. All right, now imagine it actually tastes good.
Yeah.
All right,
I can get pizzas delivered here and everything. I can get it, shipped frozen here, and I can make it myself. The only thing that I can't get to Atlanta is a pizza puff.
Well, even if you get a pizza puff shipped to Atlanta and it's deep frozen at that point, you got to find a way to deep fry it for 10 minutes to get it to the point where it needs to be. I mean,
and those are actually really. I should do something because they're really good the next day. Because I don't eat that whole thing right there. That's just too much food. I'll usually have the pizza puff a day or 2 days after, and they're really good. Dip it in some ranch sauce. Leftover pizza puffs are underrated, are underappreciated.
Indeed.
What kind do you guys get? The Italian one? The Italian sausage?
Yeah, that's typically what I get. Yeah, I've seen the Gyro one, and I want to try one, but I think that maybe just be too much. But I don't know. But I just typically get the Italian sausage one.
The cheese ones are a little too cheesy. It's a little too
not for me.
Bland, yeah.
Not for me. All right, guys, I want to get back to the topic of football, and the best way to do that is with Zim Zimmerman's newest song.
Oh, yeah.
Steven, you want to set this up for us? Because I love this song. I
alluded to it a little earlier about a machine that does some killing because Woody Guthrie inspired me quite a bit for this song. I thought Pittsburgh music. What do you think when you think Pittsburgh music? Some people think Anti-Flag, some punk rock music. Some people think Mac Miller, some good old hard rap. And for me, I think Appalachian folk music. So that's the direction I went. I took my inspiration from Woody Guthrie, from what's his name? Oh shit, I can't think of it. The guy who did the Big Rock Candy Mountains. I want to say Bob Ivers. Is that right?
I was thinking about the guys that did "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?"
Yes, that is another one.
Great Coen Brothers movie and a great soundtrack.
Great movie.
And let me tell you guys something. When Zim texted me and says, I'm working on an Appalachian type song, I'm going, oh, shit. Oh, my God. And he sends me 2 versions, and he says, pick. And I played them for my wife, and we're like, they're both fucking awesome. And so you really hit it out of the park.
I don't know which one you picked. I'll say this still. I don't know which one he picked, guys. One of them I felt was more like a rail yard campfire folk song, and the other one I felt was more like a modern country folk song. So we'll see which one he picked, but I'm excited to show you either way.
All right. Well, here it comes. And Fitz, we're going to immediately ask you for your Fitzometer rating on this one. Okay. Here it comes.
This here's a little story about a team wound up in first, but they didn't get there easy. See, things could have been much worse. The Minnesota Vikings thought the game would end up fine. What they didn't end up planning for was a wild man named Nine. The Chicago Bears, they took him down off Cairo Santos' boot. And here they stand alone in first with the Steelers next to shoot. A broken wrist, an unknown plan, it doesn't matter what's ahead. A man once said he owned them, best be ready for revenge. It doesn't matter who's a hero, as long as victory comes home. And I'll tell you how they got there, cause it were no easy feat. Weeks 1 and 2 were messy and they ended in defeat. Week 3 began the upward swing with a blowout down in Jerry World. Then miracle after miracle slowly began to untwirl. Blackwell's block, Jaden Daniels' timely drop, and whatever the heck happened down in New Orleans. Huntley's hand was hot, but then Colston Loveland popped, and the Iceman, cardiac Caleb, was born. It doesn't matter who's the hero, as long as victory comes home. Now these boys have got their identity. They play not just for each other, but also for you and me. Alone atop the north they sit, but can they hang on to it? The final weeks will be a test to see if they are fit. So do we say this year was a success, or was it not? If you were told all this a year ago, would you be happy or not? Would you be happy or not? It doesn't matter who's a hero, as long as victory comes home.
That was
Phenomenal
awesome.
job.
Woo!
That was good. I like that.
That one took a lot of work.
The
that
video
chorus
was amazing
is
too.
awesome.
Man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who's the hero as long as victory comes home.
Yep.
That should be T-shirts. That should be up on billboards. Because that is the perfect way to describe the 2025 Chicago Bears. Everybody has had a chance to be a hero, and it doesn't matter. This team is really doing well because of the selfless type of style that they play. Zim, that was out of the park, man.
Yeah,
awesome.
Really captured a lot of all the things we've been talking about too.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing, all the little angles we've been talking about this show.
Fitz, I hope you got a good. But I know Fitz. I
want to hear the other song though too, man.
Oh, I should download it. It's a good one. Fitz, give me your rating on this one.
Okay, so this is Bare Their Souls, right? So I've told you my family, my mom and dad were both raised in Pittsburgh. My mom was like McKeesport. My dad actually went to high school with Dave Wanstead. So that's how. And our family, when we get together back in the day, my uncle Paul, who he lives up in the Twin Cities now, he'd get out his guitar and just start rambling a song. I mean, literally just off the top of his head, and just about the family. I remember one time. I remember the song. What was it? Alice's Restaurant.
Yes,
our logo.
So he did one called
Yeah. Weird Al did Mr. Frump in the Iron Lung. Yep, I know it well.
That's right.
So it was my grandparents' anniversary, and he did Fernie's Restaurant. My grandmother Fern, and he must have gone 45 minutes, just on his guitar, bringing up lyrics and doing it. So this took me back. I mean, I'm like kind of getting like just choked up a little bit about it. So yeah, that was really good.
Awesome. Yep.
So I'm going to use a Pittsburgh metaphor a baseball metaphor. That's a Bill Mazeroski beating the Yankees in Game 7 in 1960. That's if you Zim. I don't know if you know that one or not.
I take that. Yeah,
that was the campfire. Right, the campfire version that Zim was talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was you knocked that. Seriously, knocked that one out of the park with that one.
That was
Just
great.
personally with me, that hit home. So,
Great chorus. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's less of a chorus and more of a refrain, which I was reading as I was trying to write this is more true to the folk origins that I was going for. So
that was great.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just to show, like, I don't just slap these things together. I mean, yes, I do sometimes, but I use my rhyming dictionaries. I use my thesaurus. I use references. You know, the fact that I haven't used good, better, best yet, like, feels like a failure on me as a songwriter. Like,
that'll come.
You'll get there.
Hey, somebody put one in the chat earlier that I think it was Dr. Truth put one in the chat earlier that I already wrote down for next week. So it's coming.
Nice.
But
all right.
I love hearing that. I love hearing that it connected, that it landed.
Yeah. Oh, man,
this is one. I mean, I
absolutely
a couple
brilliant.
weeks ago when I did the punk song, you know, I took the advantage of, you know, the rambling second verse. And this week, when I read Appalachian Punk, I was like, or Appalachian Folk, excuse me. I was like, all right, I do have. Aldo texted me earlier today at like 1 o'clock. I was like, do you have a song today? And I was like, shit, let me see. I looked it up and I threw on Mac Miller in the background at work for some inspiration, and I kept reading and I see Appalachian Folk and I was like, no, I already know what I'm gonna do. And it just stream of consciousness, you know, sort of lyrics, and that's exactly what it is. And I'm glad it connected with you, Fitz, and because that's exactly what I was going for. That sitting around the campfire just rambling on a guitar.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly
the rambling man.
was. Yeah, it was perfect.
I tell you one thing that I liked about it too. The video was cool because you
the
had
video was
and things
fantastic.
like that.
Yeah.
But
I didn't
thing
know
that stood out to
Ben
me in
play the banjo.
Yeah, exactly. In the video was Ben Johnson, but did you notice his face? It was a stoic look on his face,
serious.
as he is always in games. So it was like, that was
no emotion.
Yeah, that was actually a banjo he was playing.
Banjo, nicely done.
See what you did there.
That's why he's a songwriter. I tell you, one of my favorite things to do when he sends me that song, one of my favorite things to do is to add my little visual touches to it, because the tracks, when you're doing something like that, you got to hear it over and over and over. And if the song is bad, you're like, fucking assholes.
I haven't done that since week 1. All right,
that is true. You haven't done it in a long time. So
I'd like to end of the year. You know, we'll you know, whether the Bears, you know, succeed or, you know, move on to next year, have Dan Aguirre as the disc jockey of a radio station playing the Zim songs.
That's
I have a call scheduled with him tomorrow. Danikin Dan Aguirre is a radio DJ, and he's got the pipes. And he's got the football knowledge, so I'm trying to schedule something with him.
I'll say, whenever the season ends, that's what we do. We put on our radio show. Yeah. I'll pitch it all to you later. But
all right,
I've already sent the outline, and I think it'd be a fun show. I think it'd be a great thing to do when the season wraps, as we get ready for next season as well, to kind of reminisce. Especially because we're chronicling this season through these songs. You know, I'm genuinely bummed that I've missed the Cowboys and the Giants games now, because and I mean, I guess I technically missed preseason week 3 as well, but who cares? That was just the Chiefs. At any rate,
I missed. It doesn't have to be literal. We could skip.
What would your inspiration have been for the Chiefs? Like a Taylor Swift?
Dude, I don't even know what I would have done for that. Preseason, I was just writing off the cuff.
Kansas City Blues, man.
Yeah,
that's where you go.
none of the preseason stuff had the same thematic elements that it does here, you know. And especially, sorry, it wasn't the Giants that I missed. Well, I guess it was technically the Giants, but it was the precursor to the Vikings game. So I was planning on doing a Prince style, like, sort of funk rock song for that, and I missed it. And like, I almost want to go back and write songs for those 2 weeks that I missed now, because like I say, we're chronicling the season through these songs. I've got this playlist put together that, like, at the end of the season, it would be so fun to sit there and listen to all of them and relive the season through this music and feel the highs and the lows that we've captured, through the songs, because it's not just me, guys. Like, I feed off of your energy too when I'm doing all this. So
it's good stuff, man. Really good stuff. And I want to play a song that I did a few days ago. It's not nearly as good as anything that Zim has done, but I wanted to capture.
Now, don't sell yourself short there, Aldo.
No, truly. I did want to capture the magic of the Iceman nickname. I didn't visualize it like I did for Zim, but here's the song. It's only a minute for it.
Like a mighty storm, running and throwing like a unicorn. His skills, they from another place. Maybe they from outer space. He's an Iceman, coached by a wise man. Definitely the right man. Protected by some big men, playing with some skill men. Let me sing it again. Coached by a clever man, soaking up the know-how. Protected by burly men, skill men who always show. Caleb is the Iceman, he's here to stay. Marked for painting his nails. Boy, that isn't a telltale. They don't get, he's blazing new trails. Always getting up whenever he fails. Learning everything the game entails. For Chicago, he's tipping the scales. When the pressure is on, don't worry, he's a one. He's a Iceman, coached by a wise man. Definitely the right man. Protected by some big men, playing with some skill men. Let me sing it again. Coached by a clever man, soaking up the know-how. Protected by burly men, skill men who always show. Caleb is the Iceman, and he's here to stay.
Yeah, that was nice.
I like that. That was don't sell
great.
yourself short,
Thank
man.
you.
That was great.
Yeah,
Lots of very positive words
ready to
about
buy
Matt.
the hoodie, Aldo. After
Oh, I want that. I want that.
We're selling them now, man. Woo,
Where? I want to go now.
I saw it on the internet. ETs, I guess. I don't know, something like that.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
I
out
love
there if
that.
you look for them on the web.
I'll tell you one thing. The song is okay. That AI woman's voice. Oh my goodness. I don't know how I shouldn't be saying this about a computer voice, but that was awesome.
I think they took that from Rihanna.
I think you're right.
That sounded so much like her.
AI takes from everybody, right?
They
it
sure
could be.
do.
Sure do. Yep.
Yeah, that's wild. But that was fun to do. And okay, speaking of fun, Fitz sent a suggestion to us in our DM box on Twitter and said maybe we should talk about great Thanksgiving movies. I thought of one that I really like, and then I also did some research on some genres to see if they fit some genres, but I don't want to go first. Fitz, it was your idea. Why don't you start us off?
Zim, you didn't seem to have many ideas.
I had one good one though.
Yeah, well, and that's one of mine. Adam's Family Values. The second one is that when you see Pugsley in the turkey outfit saying "Eat me," it just I always laugh at that. That's one of the funniest to me. One of the funniest movies out there. Also, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
But isn't that Christmas?
No, it's Thanksgiving.
Okay,
it's Thanksgiving weekend.
I forgot about that one. Okay,
that's
I would list
the classic.
That was Christmas.
Yeah, Son-in-Law with Pauly Shore.
Another good one. Yes,
you guys don't know that one.
I never saw it, but I know Pauly Shore.
Gosh,
I think that's why I never saw it.
It's one of those movies that's so bad it's good.
Okay. I like movies like that. Weasel, that's him. Yeah.
The Weasel.
The Weasel, yes.
Yeah. From MTV,
It came out in 93, 92, 93. And it's just so good. It's so bad it's good. Just got some good lines in it. It's one of those repeatable movies if you watch it enough.
Yeah, it's funny.
Scent of a Woman with Al Pacino.
Al Pacino, yeah.
That was Thanksgiving weekend. He has that very tense family he just pops up at the family Thanksgiving meal and nearly kills his brother-in-law. So, but yeah, it's a great movie still nonetheless. And then Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, which
That's
I
what
don't
I
think
was going to name.
doesn't get enough credit. Kind of gets lost between.
I just watched it with my girls.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Gets lost between The Great Pumpkin and Christmas. Charlie Brown and
Charlie Brown
something.
Christmas.
It's on Apple TV if you have that. So that's my list right there.
That's a great list.
was
Tooch,
one
did you prepare a list?
Yeah, I was like, I never really thought. I mean, I tried. I was thinking hard. I was like Thanksgiving movies, but I was like the only one I could think of was the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. But I just watched it, so it was top of mind.
Yeah,
and it was funny because everybody invites themselves over to Charlie Brown's house for Thanksgiving,
right?
And he doesn't know what to do, so him and Snoopy and Woodstock are cooking a Thanksgiving dinner, but it's like popcorn, jelly beans, and
a loaf of bread,
pretzels, and white bread slices and stuff. And Peppermint Patty gets mad at it. What is this, Chuck? It's like this isn't food. And then they feel bad. And then Charlie Brown's grandmother invites everybody over for a real Thanksgiving, and they kind of like, we're sorry, we didn't mean to get mad at you and stuff, but it was great. I mean, I love the old Charlie Brown movies from the 60s.
Love them. I used to read the Charlie Brown books, comic books that they were in paperback form.
Yeah, me too.
Read them my mom would buy them for me. I'd read them in 10 minutes. Can I get another one?
Yep, I used to have them too. All the little paperbacks.
Danikin, what do you got? Any Thanksgiving movies or TV shows or anything?
I was in the same situation. I couldn't think of any that.
It's hard.
I really, it was a little difficult. But I started looking for some, and I found a movie. I'm going to watch it. I didn't watch it yet, but it's called Black Friday. I think it came out in like 2021, and it's supposedly about some store employees that have to open up on Thanksgiving night at midnight, of course, right, for Black Friday sales. So I just wanted to see it. I thought it might be something that may be funny. I don't know, but I'll take a look at it and see.
I will be looking for that too. And here's Zim. Before I go, what do you got?
Yeah, excuse me. So obviously, I had Addams Family Values was the first thing that came to my mind because that's a movie I grew up with, and it has such strong Thanksgiving ties with the camp scene and all the various different run-ins. But something that struck me to my core is a movie that my sister used to make me watch, of all things. I mentioned a few weeks ago, she's a great person to have for this segment. She introduced me to this movie, Pieces of April. It is a comedy drama from 2003, written and directed by Peter Hedges. If that name sounds slightly familiar, he wrote the movie What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Oh, great movie.
Great movie, right? This
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yes, and Johnny Depp. The only time in which those two legendary actors have come together. I don't remember who exactly.
I'll look it up while you guys talk.
I bet I could find it pretty quickly having him up. But Peter Hedges, the writer of this film, Tooch, from West Des Moines, Iowa.
Yep.
That man is from your backyard right there. But anyway, it's a Sundance Film Festival movie about a daughter and a mom and a family in general being dysfunctional, going on a road trip for Thanksgiving and kind of fighting through things that are somewhat normal family dysfunction and things that are somewhat a little bit more outliers for their specific family. But it's an interesting movie. It always stuck with me. Certain scenes, particularly the climax of the movie, always stuck in my head. So when you brought up Thanksgiving movies, this brought up this buried memory, I guess, that I had, that this movie that I'd completely forgotten that I'd seen. And in digging for this segment, it reminded me. And so clearly it stuck with me. I might go back and rewatch it this year. But if you're looking for something different to watch, something you haven't seen, independent film from 2003, Pieces of April.
Pieces of April.
I will be looking for that. Sounds like I love the title, by the way. I got a few. Let me start with The Big Chill. Lawrence Kasdan did a movie where a bunch of college students get together during the Thanksgiving holiday, but not because it's a holiday, but because their friend has passed away. And so they spend that Thanksgiving period recalling stories about their friend who died. And it also starts to reveal how people have changed from their college days to their family days and to their days as earning a living and so forth. And the idealism that many of us have in college, starts to wither away because the realities of life and making money and stuff take place. So Big Chill is a great, great movie. Lots of dialogue, but it's very funny. It's got a great cast, including Glenn Close, William Hurt, Kevin Kline, Jeff Goldblum, Tom Berenger, the beautiful Meg Telly. Her sister Jennifer Telly has gotten more fame, but Meg Telly was outstanding and a beauty. That is, to me, a great movie. And if you don't know Lawrence Kasdan, you probably do. He did, Tooch, help me out here. He's made Silverado, Body Heat, wrote the script to Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yeah. Oh, Body Heat is such a great
direct Empire Strikes Back too.
No, that was Irving.
Okay,
something. It wasn't Lawrence, but he did write scripts for the Star Wars.
I thought he was involved somehow.
Yeah, he's a really, really talented filmmaker, and I think if you don't mind the fact that it's pretty talky, but it's really lively and energetic, so it's not boring in any shape or form. So check out The Big Chill. Yeah, it's a great cast and a Big Chill indeed. The other two movies that I had for you, because of course I like to think out of the box. Now, I have not seen these movies. I swear to God, I have not seen these movies. But there is a movie called, let me see if I can come up with the picture here, because it'll help better illustrate. There is a movie. Fitz, is your mom asleep?
I think so. Usually after the video's over. Yeah.
There's a pornographic movie called
Jesus.
Thanksgiving Stuffing.
Oh,
so
for real?
I might be watching this movie later tonight because I'm retired.
Are those Bears flags on the wall? Oh no, that's in mine.
That's your background, dude.
I know. Well, I thought it was like part of the image. I'm like.
So anyway, Thanksgiving Stuffing starts this woman who is named Kendra Lust. So there is that for you to look forward to. The other movie that I wondered if there was ever a slasher horror movie that has been done, and apparently there's quite a few.
Yeah,
that
sure.
I would bet $100,000. None of us have ever heard of, but I picked.
Oh, you muted yourself. What happened?
Where did he go?
I'm back. But I picked one here that I want to share with you. So I'm going to share my screen here and show you a portion of a Thanksgiving horror movie called Fitz. You're going to love this title, Thanksgiving. Here's a portion of the trailer.
Back in the 1500s, in the settlement of Crawlberg, an old Indian by the name of Feathercloud was dishonored by a pilgrim. Feathercloud necromanced a turkey that would stop at nothing to get what he wanted, to kill.
Everything's gonna be okay.
You don't believe me, do you?
I do believe you.
There's no such thing as an evil turkey. There's no such thing as an evil turkey.
This little baby bunny got its stomach gnawed open by a beak. Not just any beak. A turkey beak.
There's no such thing as an evil turkey. There's
no such thing as an evil turkey. Oh wait, I lied. You just got soft.
Go deep, Johnny.
Oh, fuck. Gobble, gobble, motherfucker.
Roast in hell, asshole.
You've seen the trailer. I don't think you need to watch the movie.
Nope. That
Or
looked like the whole thing.
That was the highlight.
Or probably any of the 4 sequels that there been
What?
for Thanksgiving. Yes.
Why did
4
the turkey?
4 sequels.
Why did
Wow.
the turkey look like the baby from Eraserhead?
I was thinking Dark Crystal, the sketches.
Yeah, Dark Crystal is better. Yes.
Man.
Jeez.
The sketches.
4 sequels is crazy.
4 sequels is crazy.
That's like Sharknado, right? Sharknado.
Yeah, exactly. Great analogy. Great.
Has
comparison.
anyone seen Dutch with Ed O'Neill? It was a John Hughes written film.
Oh,
It's a
no.
Thanksgiving movie.
Meet the Parents. That's one.
Meet the Parents,
right?
Oh, I forgot about Meet the Parents. That's awesome.
That is a Thanksgiving film. Yeah.
There's more than we realize, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now,
Beethoven. Beethoven is one.
Beethoven.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So
Never
let me
actually
ask you
saw
guys a
Beethoven.
question, because I've been having this fight for many years. I do not think Die Hard is a Christmas movie
It's not.
solely because it's on It takes place. The action takes place during Christmas. Do you guys think it's a Christmas movie?
No.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll say yes.
I mean,
I don't think
don't
it meant to be,
no.
but it is.
it's like it's been pounded into our
Yeah.
consciousness as a Christmas movie. So now I think it is.
Yeah.
So, but what do you describe as a Christmas movie?
A movie
That's
about
my
Christmas.
problem.
Like I don't consider Home
It's
Alone.
not about Christmas.
I don't consider Home Alone really a Christmas movie because it's not about Christmas. It just takes place at Christmas.
I won't argue with that.
Okay.
And what is Die Hard but grown up Home Alone?
Yes, like
it is.
Christmas is like peripheral to the story, and Home Alone it's more central. You know,
It is, but not in Home Alone 2. Wait,
I
really?
just when I think of a Christmas movie, I think of a movie about giving, about having Christian values, about it not being about fucking terrorists killing.
He was giving it to the
jumping
terrorists.
out of
though.
windows. No, come on,
He was giving terrorists the business.
that's not Christmas. Giving them the business. Come on, giving the terrorists, respect, and telling them, "I forgive you, but I gotta kill you."
I always watch "It's a Wonderful Life" on Christmas.
Oh,
tradition.
my favorite Christmas movie.
Frank
of
Capra
all
is
time.
brilliant.
Like, is Miracle on 34th Street a Christmas or a Thanksgiving movie?
Both.
Yeah.
It's like Nightmare Before Christmas. It's relevant from one holiday all the way to the next.
There you go.
I don't know, man. I have a hard time with the whole.
Has Zim
Die
ever
Hard
seen
Christmas
"It's a
movie.
Wonderful Life"?
Who?
I refuse to out of principle.
Why?
What principle is that?
It's not actually a good movie. It was just thrown
It's
down
a
our
great
throats
movie.
for 50 straight years until we were forced to accept it
It's
as
like
a great
captures
movie.
so many.
I
things
hope my
about
mom's
life.
not watching now.
The
Has
only look,
Danikin watched "It's a Wonderful Life"?
I haven't watched it.
No, you
when
guys should
It's
watch
a
it.
Wonderful Life first released, it got such poor ratings that it was pulled
did.
from theaters
Yeah.
early.
Yep.
It was then given up for public domain and put on the air because they had nothing else to show during late hours of the night. And it then got shoved down our throats so much that people with borderline Stockholm syndrome results decided it was a great movie
It is
and
a good
continued
movie.
to watch it for
Capra's
years
great.
to come.
So they played that movie after they played the national anthem at like 2 a.m. or whatever.
I was speaking of this Thanksgiving Chiefs game. Is Post Malone is playing halftime show.
That sounds vaguely familiar.
The Chiefs are playing. God, who are they playing on Thanksgiving? Is it Detroit or Dallas?
No, Detroit's playing Green Bay.
Okay, Detroit's playing Green Bay. Who are the Chiefs playing on? Dallas or
We have the Packers, Lions, the Bengals, Ravens, and the Chiefs, Cowboys.
Chiefs Cowboys. So Post Malone is playing the halftime show of Chiefs Cowboys.
Ooh,
Good
nice.
for him.
Yeah.
I was at Detroit.
He is a big Cowboys fan. That doesn't surprise me.
Detroit, Chicago last year, and Shabuzi was playing.
Yes, I remember that. I remember watching that and being like,
That was pretty good too. He did a good job.
I was stunned that that's what Shabuzi looked like. I'd never seen him before. I was like, that is not what I pictured.
J2K, that was not scrubbed. I think that Christmas special is where Boba Fett surfaces for the first time.
For the first time?
For the first time, yeah. It was before
Interesting.
Empire. It was in between. It was like might have been 1979 Christmas. And I think you can see that on Disney Channel, Disney Plus.
So,
Nice.
how many people here are Star Wars fans? Raise your hand.
Obviously, Danikin.
Obviously.
It's those people who were young in the 80s versus those who weren't.
I went to see the very first Star Wars movie at the Esquire Theater in downtown Chicago. It was sold out, packed to the hilt. And when it was done, I was like, yeah, I don't get it. I mean, I get it, but I don't get the popularity of the movie. I thought the acting was poor. I thought the effects were it's just kind of so-so. And I did like a lot the following movie, the
Empire Strikes Back.
The Empire Strikes. That was fantastic.
Great. That's one of my favorites.
Yes.
Did anybody catch
It's
my
dark.
Star Wars reference in my song a few weeks back?
No,
No?
I didn't.
Oh, it was Ravens week.
And
I put a pretty clear reference in there. I got to see if I can still find the lyrics, but yeah, I made a pretty direct Star Wars reference. I was kind of surprised nobody said anything about it at the time. And
Were you trashing Star Wars somehow?
No, not at all. Not at all, actually.
I was 9 when Star Wars, the first one, came out. So it was like the height of disco, and 77.
Disco and Star Wars. I never.
Yeah, I mean, Star Wars was kind of a disco movie without the music. It's kind of
really
glammy, fantasy, and influenced by the kind of clothing, of the time.
Most movies are, but other than that, I don't really see the correlation. Any of you guys see a correlation between disco and Star Wars?
Yeah, I've heard that before, and yeah,
Really?
it's just there's a very it's very old. I'm not like there's a very Broadway style to it, just a Broadway musical style to it. Yeah, the timing of Star Wars is really what propelled it. From the movies in the 70s were just, you had The Godfather Part 2.
Yeah.
Outside that, just very dry, very real movies. You get these movies like take place in New York City that and then Star Wars comes and just blows everything out of the water. It was just something new that everybody saw, and that's really it. Just
Rocky, Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah,
it was all around the time.
we could talk about this for hours, but I know it's 12:15 out in the East Coast, and it's 11:15, and many of you guys are not fortunate like me, retired. So let's come to a close on this. But I do want to say, because we were talking about movies, next week I want to talk in depth. I think it was Tooch that mentioned he had started watching the Martin Scorsese documentary on Apple TV. Was that you, Tooch?
No, I haven't. I would like to, though.
Did one of us say it?
I don't recall that one.
All right. Well, if you're a fan of Martin Scorsese, Apple TV has a 5-part, each episode an hour long on Martin Scorsese. I'd like to talk about that in depth next week. So if you can catch an episode or two, or just do your homework on Scorsese, that could be a good discussion for us. Guys, let's go around the horn and talk about whatever you're plugging. A shout out to anyone, and we'll start with Danikin.
Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the chat. You guys keep it interesting and fun. We had a great live show today. It was nice. I enjoyed it. Lively discussions, always fun to have. Shout out to the Three Kings of the Midway. We did not drop an episode yesterday, but we will be dropping one soon. Stay tuned for it. Shout out to my co-host there, Ill Will and Devory Nesby.
There they are.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Who was on the left and who was on the right?
Devory is on the left. Well, looking at it from my way, of course, and
Right.
then Ill Will or Roy is on the right.
There you go.
And I'm in the middle.
We knew that.
Pre-beard.
Yeah, pre-beard and much heavier.
I was saying last week. It came out of my mouth, and then I said I shouldn't have said that. He was 20 pounds heavier when that animation was done. Fitz, what's your weight right now, Fitz? What's your height and weight?
I'm, jeez, getting personal here. I'm less than what you think. So
okay. That'll work. That's a sufficient answer. Go ahead and shout out whoever you want to.
Yeah, this
plug
to Levante Stewart and Lost Boys Inc. I don't know if you follow him on Twitter, and he's got a great organization that helps the youth around Chicago. He comes in contact with about 250 youth on the South Side, and this weekend on Saturday they are having their annual organizational meeting, and I will be in attendance for that. It's at the Haymarket Brewery on West Loop, and I'm looking forward to that.
Nice.
Met him this week. We had McRibs, and great guy doing a lot of great stuff in this great city, making Chicago better. And just want to give him a shout out, and shout out to all you guys too. It's been fun. I would be in bed if I didn't like doing this so much right now.
Thank you, Fitz, very much. I appreciate that. Sam, what you got going for us?
Not much, guys. Follow me on Twitter at Raging Bear Fan. I will be posting lots of stuff soon, including links to the playlist for all the songs I've written this year.
Great.
If you're a Star Wars fan and would like to find that little Easter egg I put in the Raven song, you can find that there.
Nice.
Excuse me. On a more personal note, hug your loved ones. You don't know when you're going to see them again or when it will be the last time. And I know that might be a depressing note, but just keep it in mind because everybody's time is limited, and don't ever end it on a bad note. So
like you just
love you
did.
guys. Love you all in the chat. And I will not be here next week. So sorry to leave you on that negative note, but everybody have
on a bad note, you say?
I didn't do that.
Everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. Everybody enjoy the Bears game, both this Sunday and next Friday. I will be back in 2 weeks. And again, just keep the love flowing because that's what matters most, man. The long hair is not the only thing that makes me a hippie.
There you go. Well, I asked Fitz a personal question. I'm going to ask you, why are you not with us next week? What's going on?
I'll either be hosting or visiting. That is up in the air right now.
Oh, right.
It all depends on some upcoming events. I don't really want to
That's
get
right.
too.
It is Thanksgiving week. I should have thought of that.
It is Thanksgiving week. So again, I will either
Wednesday.
be hosting or visiting. I'm not entirely sure where I'll be, what the plan will be. I just know that family is going to require my full attention regardless of where I am. So
Good for you.
As much as I love you guys and love doing this podcast, I
We
love
don't
my
love you
family
back.
more.
No, no. That's fair. We don't love you at all. We tolerate you.
That's the best way. I would want nothing less.
All right, Tooch, I have to ask, what the hell is going on in the background of
I'm
this
in the
stream?
upside down Aldo again. Stranger Things. The Bears are in first place.
Oh, okay. Stranger Things. I get it.
Yeah, I
that
think
is pretty spooky looking.
It's dropping soon. The
26.
5. Yeah. So a
Nice.
week from today. So I figured with the Bears 7-3 and in first place, I'm in the upside down, Aldo.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you are. I've always thought of you as being a little upside down, but anyway, who are you plugging?
Stranger Bears. Yeah, no, I am. Well, I saw one battle after another. Really good movie if you haven't seen it yet. It's a P.T. Anderson.
Yeah, I'm
it's
dying to see that.
Really
Jesus.
good. It's like he and Quentin Tarantino are kind of those video store clerk that kind of pay homage to the movies of the 70s and the 80s. And it has that definite style. Really good movie. And then I got weekend sports betting tips on Friday with Sean and Anthony. I think we were 3-0 last week, so somebody's getting a free weekend of VIP picks this weekend. So
awesome.
Yeah, and then Barfly Tailgate will be previewing the Bears and Steelers and this guy Fitz.
I don't know, man.
Wow. Who is that?
Old man Rogers. And then following that, Fantasy Football Goon. So tune in. The chat room was hilarious tonight, man. Zim's music was great. Fitz, excellent job. Danikin, 5 points. I was there. Excuse me. But that's all I got.
Don't chuck up on us, man. By the way, I did talk to Dan Aguirre today, and he gave me permission to play this. He said if the Bears, if Aaron Rodgers doesn't play,
I would be willing to suck Aaron Rodgers' dick.
That's Dan saying that. That's not me, Fitz. That's Dan saying that. So
that drop has got to be older than my son.
It is.
Dan Aguirre first came to the bar room.
That's right. He
It's
was
like his
a
first
guest.
episode. Yeah, guest. Yeah,
he was a guest. That's right. And
his first.
We've never been the same since.
Yeah.
Anyway, Friday it is. Besides weekend sports betting tips, it will be
Willis Twin Towers.
Willis Twin Towers, and then everything starts again. We re-rack things on Sunday morning with the Barfly Tailgate Show and Fantasy Football Goon, and then the week just gets started with Greg Gable and so forth. Best way to stay on top of stuff here at the Barroom Network is to subscribe. Just subscribe. And not all of our shows are as R-rated as our show, so you've got some good G-rated fun. We try to be as diverse as possible for every Chicago Bears football fan. Love you guys. Fitz, Danikin, Zim, Tooch, you guys are outstanding. Really, really appreciate what you put into the show and your friendship. We'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.